Hello everyone and welcome to the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix episode of the Spinoff series here in TEW 2020 from the UJPW Series as we are in the year 2000 for this SuperMAX64 Grand Prix. And boy, is this going to be a pretty interesting little tour. We'll run down exactly how it's going to work out and everything like that, but as far as before we get into that, there is one kind of different change that happened when we went into the new year as far as in the UJPW save. Dragon Kid won the Young Wrestler of the Year. In this save now, Grand Aniwa actually won it this year, so that's kind of fun. Everything else pretty much stayed the same. You know, Chono winning, and then Muto and Chono winning the tag team as well. But yeah, Naniwa winning the Young Wrestler of the Year. The Veteran Wrestler of the Year was Fuchi, which I believe that happened in the last one as well. And of course, Hokuto winning that. I want to say Hokuto won the Independent Wrestler of the Year. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, UJPW, of course, won that. And the Match of the Year was that. Of course, as I said, that we got 100 in this save just from kind of auto-booking half the card, so that was just great. Just a real kick in the dick. Jim Ross at least won Announcer of the Year for Mike McGurk. But as far as to go back to the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix, this is going to be a lot of fun to kind of dictate how this flows and everything. So, the idea of the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix, as we'll go to the little, I guess I'm going to call it the overlay, as I'm going to call this here, is it's 4 groups of 4 teams, and each will be competing in singles, tag, trio competition throughout pretty much the month of January. And of course, it will go through 12 days of blocks. Well, I guess blocks. We're going to call them groups instead of blocks for this. So groups A and B will be competing against each other as far as like on the same day on the odd number days, and then C and D will be on the even number shows. There's 12 where it's like that, but then there's day 13, which is combined, all of them. There's going to be like a kind of major little show, and then there's the final lap, as it's called, the final lap of the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix. Basically, it's had one final lap around until they get into the finals, which that's also another one where it's combined everything. But as far as then the winners of each group, there will of course be 4, but the finals will be dictated by a 3v3v3 ladder match, where you can also eliminate somebody via pinfall or submission. So it's kind of like the King of the Mountain, but multi-man, and you don't have to hang up a belt. It's kind of the idea. But there's also no penalty box either, because, well, I always thought that was kind of convoluted. Might as well just have them be eliminated from the match to make it a little bit more free-flowing. It's kind of my answer to, I would say maybe the Dead or Alive cage match, where, you know, as far as loser, you know, kind of gets their head shaved in that one as far as from Dragon Gate goes. But the crazy multi-man gimmick match, I was a fan of it. In the draft series, the SuperMAX64, we kind of had the same idea with a gimmick where it was basically called Stable Wars, where you had basically the same idea, but it was actually an Ultimate X match. And the winning team would get a future title match. But here, they get a lot of things. Of course, we talked about they're going to get some glory as far as being the best stable in the world. They get over 100 million yen as a nice big fat check. But also, they get to dictate when they get, as far as if it's going to be singles matchup or junior tag matchup, to get a title matchup. As far as the blocks, again, I know I was going to call it a block throughout this entire fucking episode, but the groups. Group A, we have the BWO, Cosmic Dragon Kings, NWO, and Radical Revolution. Pretty stacked there for Group A. Singles guys will be Brad Armstrong, Ultimo Dragon, Duke Old Scorpio, and Wild Pegasus. So again, pretty stacked there. Tag-wise, Taka Michinoku and Terry Boy, Super Astro and Golden King, Liger and Sasuke, and then Dean, Malenko, and Eddie Guerrero for the Radical Revolution. Pretty stacked there as well. Then, of course, the trios, which for the BWO, it's everybody they have left. So Taka, Terry Boy, and Tajiri, actually, besides Brad Armstrong. But yes, obviously, because we didn't want to overbook Brad and want to get Tajiri in there. Then for the Cosmic Dragon Kings, the Dragons, of course, Ultimo and Dragon Kid. Then Super Astro. NWO, of course, everybody of the NWO, Scorpio, Liger, and Sasuke. And the Radical Revolution kind of have the same strategy of the BWO, where you don't have your single guy involved in the trio match, as it's going to be Eddie, Chavo, and Dean Malenko. So, of course, again, you want to make sure at least only so many people, nobody has to work 3 times. That's, of course, the rule. You have to split it up evenly. As for Group B, Darkside Defiance, Holy Demon Army, Shudo, and Super Junior Nation Army. So Darkside Defiance, we get the debut of Taru. He's getting his debut, and he is a part, of course, of Darkside Defiance. Obviously, this would have been Sabu, but Sabu is, of course, in rehab. So, no Sabu, gives somebody else an opportunity. So we're bringing in Taru. He's been in FMW for about probably 2 years, maybe a little bit more. He's ready to go at this rate. I would say he's pretty far along. Then the team of Shimazaki, as it's Shima, Jinsei Shinzaki, forced into one. So no Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. They are giving themselves a break, as obviously just coming off of the Junior Tag League. Smart strategy there. And then the trio team, Hayabusa, Taru, and Jinsei Shinzaki. So Taru working twice. I think it's going to be good for him. Hayabusa only working one time. Again, that's a thing that shows you that he is looking at this as far as wanting to keep fresh for this Grand Prix. It's a pretty damn tiring tour. That is for sure. Holy Demon Army. Masaru Fuchi is the singles guy. Yoshinari Ogawa and the newest member of the Holy Demon Army, Yoshinobu Kanemaru. So as far as Kanemaru joining the Holy Demon Army, just felt like it's a kind of, like him and Ogawa, especially as a team, we're going to call them the Rat Pack. Maybe just the Rat Attack, so that we're not ripping off the actual Rat Pack, but the Rat Attack, they seem like the perfect kind of team. Obviously, Kanemaru at this time was not really like the chicken shit heel that he later became, once his body kind of failed him, because at this point, he's still relatively young and a pretty solid Super Junior, especially towards kind of the middle of the 2000s, but obviously Ogawa has kind of always been that kind of chicken shit heel, and I just feel like that'd be a fun little team. Then the trio, of course, is everybody of Holy Demon Army, so Fuchi, Ogawa, Kanemaru. Shudo, which will be Nuki Sano, will be the singles guy. Super Tiger and Tiger Mask 4 will be the tag guy, and then Nuki Sano, Kazuya Yamasaki, and Tiger Mask 4 will be the trio. So Sano, Tiger Mask 4, working double duty there. Going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And then for Super Generation Army, Koji Kanemoto being the singles guy, Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, and the newest member, named Ichimura Fuji. It just makes sense, right? I mean, obviously Masawa's pupil and as far as protege, and his young lion, if you will, as far as very much from the beginning. Just feels like finally we can have him be a part of Super Generation Army. Now, he's still technically a young lion, however, because what we have the rules set for SuperMAX, we don't really go with young lions. Everybody's pretty much on the same even footing, so that's going to be nice. So at least he gets a great opportunity there. And I mean, Group B is pretty interesting, because obviously the Holy Demon Army, Super Generation Army dynamic is fun. Darkside Defiance and Shudo are two kind of completely different ends of the spectrum as far as what they look to accomplish. As far as like an actual like technical base side for Shudo, and then obviously Darkside Defiance got a little bit more of the wilder side and have a lot of like lucha base as well. And you got Jinsei Shinzaki in there. So that's going to be interesting. See who wins out of Group B. Group C, Los Pavano. Honoru gets the singles push here, as far as he's a singles guy. Damien and Psychosis as the tag team, and then Vampiro, Damien, and Psychosis are the trio, which I think is pretty interesting, as far as Damien and Psychosis working twice. So no La Parca. I mean, probably could have had La Parca in there instead of maybe Damien or even Psychosis, but I get it, though. I get it. As far as from that perspective, that is a tough choice. You want to try to throw everybody out there you can, but also you want to have kind of your best guys out there too at the same time, especially for those trio matches. They're the biggest ones. It's both the tag and the 6-man matches are all elimination based, where you got to eliminate everybody to win. 3 points for the trio matches, 2 points for the tag matches. So that's kind of the focus, is the multi-man matches, not really the singles matches. They get you 1 point, and I mean, it's nice to have some great matches involved, especially for Group A. Like, all those matches are going to be pretty solid as far as singles-wise, but the real focus is the trio and the tags. As for the Tactical Technician Squad, Shinjiro Otani's the singles guy, so of course that would mean Sho Funaki, Minoru Tanaka is the tag team, and of course all of TTS will be the trio. As the newest member of the Can-Am Super Junior crew, it's Brian Pillman. Now, Pillman is on loan from WCW still. His contract expires pretty much at the halfway point of the year, 2000. We'll be signing him for sure. I will say this, though. Looks like he's got some type of problems, because even in like a 20-minute matchup on slow build, he was still, stamina-wise, it was a big factor for him. So we'll see how he does as far as in this Grand Prix. Lance Storm and Rob Van Dam, of course, will be the tag team, and then the trio will be Pillman, Storm, and Rob Van Dam. Just feel like that's a great guy to kind of branch, not only kind of branch off of with him, being a part of the 97 Heart Foundation, also getting his start in Stampede or whatnot. Him and Lance could be a fun little team. I feel like that they kind of gel pretty well, and even him and Van Dam, but really, Pillman and Lance is going to be a pretty fun little team, in my opinion, at least. We'll see, though. And then Team Mexico, which is a international team. It's kind of like an international freelancer team. It's going to be Skyda, Dr. Wagner Jr., and Negro Casas. As actually, I just saw, as I added Negro Casas to this, I thought I had him on an exclusive deal. I actually don't. And he works for CMLL, so he might have to get replaced, because he's probably going to no-show a lot of events, because CMLL run a ton of shows. So, just as far as from a scheduling perspective, we might have to replace him, so that sucks. So Negro Casas, Dr. Wagner Jr. is the tag team, and then of course the trio is all of them. Yeah, we'll probably have to, probably replace Negro Casas, so there's that. Just great. He's actually another one that I thought was going to be a lot better than what he is, and unfortunately he's not. But as far as we got Skyda from WCW, so another loanee. Always love Skyda. Feel like WCW is not really using him well. I think he's going to do really well for us. And I hope when his contract ends, we can sign him. It's kind of the plan there. But for Group D, the final group, we have the Fantastics. Tommy Rogers is the single guy. And then Jack and Bobby Fulton are the tag, which obviously the trio is all of them. World Class A-Holes, again, kind of the same thing. Dick Togo is the main guy. Jado Ghetto, tag. And then obviously the trio is all of them. The Lords of the Deep, though, they have the deepest group, funny enough, as far as from this group. So they'll be able to have Prince Mako as the singles guy. Kira Korakumi and Naniwa is the tag, and then Akira Korakumi, Super Delphin, and Pacificus is the trio. So Kira Korakumi is the only guy that's working twice, so that kind of gives them a really good chance of being fresh, and I think that's going to give them a pretty big, as far as a strategic advantage over some of these teams. And then the newest stable from SuperMAX here, Linsanity, as it's a death metal band of Jerry Lynn, Super Crazy, and Billy Kidman, who is now Kilbin. So, this is just a, as far as Jerry Lynn, he's got the deep growl, and just felt like those guys are kind of not really doing anything. It's a great idea to at least give them something here as far as being a stable, and plus it's kind of, I have plans. I was going to keep it close to the chest, but might as well talk about it. With now talking about Linsanity, as they're like a death metal band. That's the gimmick, and that's their kind of the ideology. 3-count's definitely going to be a thing for us. We'll probably use Shannon Moore and Shane Helms. Probably won't use Evan Courageous, though. Probably use a different third guy. So, with that kind of on the horizon, that was always a plan. It's like, why not have a death metal band as well? So, kind of have two different ends of the spectrum. Plus, I think an easy kind of feud with them and Los Pavano. Because, obviously, Vampiro, that's kind of, he's the heavy metal kind of that scene that as far as with the Misfits and that, as far as the rocker gimmick that he was working with, too. You could kind of look at them and look at, and call them posers and whatnot and say they're not really a part of like the scene and the lifestyle that is heavy metal. And obviously with Jerry Lynn, too, with, it's not even heavy metal, it's fucking death metal. And Linsanity, of course, it just kind of makes sense. With Jerry Lynn and Super Crazy, kind of saw that. It was just like, with the name, I feel like it's a fun name for a band as well. And, stylized like that. And Killman, which, that gimmick, it was almost going to be just him as Billy Kidman, but he was going to be a strung-out guitar player. But I did not, I feel like that gimmick, it can only get you so far, whereas at least with Killman, obviously it's just, you replace the D with the L, and it sounds like, Killman, but it's, he's painted up. He's got the death metal paint, so like the white. It's kind of gray, actually. We use for. Well, we might as well just go to the picture since we're talking about it. So it's kind of like a gray with the black kind of overtones in the middle, and as far as with around the lips and around the eyes, and then it's Kill Me Upside Down, but it also looks like We Kill as well. So I like the double entendre of that. And yeah, it's, maybe it's a little too on the nose of Vampiro's gimmick, which I could definitely see the correlation there, very, very, very similar with the, as far as with the paint. There was another idea to have him look like I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but the guitarist for, Limp Bizkit, because Limp Bizkit's obviously very over at this time, when he had the blackout eyes, as, that's Wes Borland. God, I don't know why I was blanking on Wes Borland, but yeah, Wes Borland. Always thought I had like a kind of cool look. Very different look, with the blacked out eyelids. But, yeah, we just kind of went, I thought that was a little too on the nose. And plus, I think this kind of works out well anyways. And plus, he'd probably be fucking difficult to work with those kind of contacts in. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's just kind of what the idea is. So there was at one point he was gonna just have the Flock look, strung out guitar player, as far as going with like the 7-year itch still and all that, but just felt like it wasn't really necessary. And then felt like Super Crazy's pretty fun addition to the band now. I thought about also giving him face paint too, but I feel like just having one guy with the paint makes him different and stand out. Yeah, so as far as Jerry Lynn and Super Crazy there, of course they will be Linsanity as a team as well. Their finish is actually pretty cool. It's the Linsanity driver, which the idea for that was it as far as the kind of somewhat of a slanted as far as entendre, double entendre with the somebody being drove insane, and the kind of Linsanity driver. As far as the correlations, kind of there. At least it's a bit of a stretch, obviously, but it's I would say in arm's reach of it making sense from that perspective. At least in my mind, it does. But the finish though is kind of weird because it's not technically like a driver per se. It's Super Crazy's got the guy up on his shoulders, Lynn off basically the top rope, but it's a little bit of like he's sitting down on the top rope. So it's from the middle rope basically, but he'll start from there, then jump up to the top, then hit a tornado DDT while on Super Crazy's shoulders. Pretty crazy finish, but I just felt like that'd be a fun idea to go with that. As far as I just felt like that's a pretty fun gimmick of a finish. So the standings are going to look pretty unique because obviously we're splitting it up into singles, tags, and trios. 1 point for the singles, 2 points for the tag, 3 points for the trios. The trio matches have a 60-minute time limit. Tag matches have a 45-minute time limit, and the singles have a 30-minute time limit. So that's just kind of how things are going to play out. And of course, with elimination rules, these matches are going to go pretty long. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see. So this screen here, again, to kind of go with it, we're going to have, basically what the idea is, we're going to have the, right here, where I put the little dash, that's where the points are going to be totaled up to. So we'll probably go with a dash. Oh, no, now I fucked it all up because the way there we go. Alright. So yeah, as far as, that's where it'll go. The 4 winners, of course, will go on to potentially that final matchup. What's going to happen is the top 3 points getters of the winners are actually going to go on to that final match. Because I like the idea of having like a bronze, silver, and gold. Kind of like the idea as far as that's the top 3, so they get to compete in the final match to win, potentially the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix, but we're just going to call it the SuperMAX Grand Prix here. Because every year, as far as it's, we're going to try to do things a little bit different. I think maybe next year we might go with a 4-man as well. As far as maybe not do 4 groups, maybe just do 2 groups of 8. We definitely could have done that here, and it probably would have been just fine. But I wanted it to be a little bit different, and I just trying things out. You try to have things be different, kind of creatively with this. But yeah, as far as from this perspective, I think it's going to be very different. That is for sure, with the gimmicks involved, different to what we're all going to see. But also, the very first night, we're going to get a special, as far as our special celebration of the New Year show, to kick off the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix here. We're going to have a non-Grand Prix matchup. It's a singles matchup. It's for the Junior Heavyweight title. Ultimo Dragon takes on the Great Sasuke. And we're going to be going over the Fire Pro for that one. So we're going to start off the episode with a Fire Pro match. And we'll probably, depending on how close the 3rd and 4th team are, because, as far as the top 4 teams, we'll probably, if like they're tied, or if it's relatively close to where, if they face each other, and the 4th team can overcome the 3rd team points-wise, then we'll have, as far as a kind of qualifying for the final Grand Prix match, to also give the first 2 teams a bit of a competitive advantage, maybe potentially there. That's the thing with this first year. You're kind of figuring out as we go. There might be things I like more as far as will change in the future, or, as far as just from that perspective. So it's all new. We're in uncharted territory, but I think we've got it pretty mapped out relatively well. Hopefully it's not too convoluted. It shouldn't be, but as far as hopefully I explained that the best I could there. As far as for this first show, though, we will be having it be on cable, pay-per-view. Oh, that's right. I already skipped over television like an idiot. So yeah, TVSI. Here we go. Cool. So backstage incident. So Psychosis discarded helped create some fun and a relaxed atmosphere at backstage after finding a discarded karaoke machine during an impromptu pre-show competition. I guess his melodies of power ballads apparently stole the show. So, with the kickoff being a fucking junior heavyweight title matchup, very, very nuts. And of course, it will be going to Fire Pro for this one. So that's why it's taking forever to load it. There we go. As we have it set for... Alright, so we gotta have Ted Tanabe as the ref. That's the one thing I didn't set. As far as where's he at? Where's Ted Tanabe? There he is. And then... As we don't really have like a SuperMAX64 like Grand Prix logo. It's just going to be the regular logo. So, you know what? since we're already at this screen, let's just go right into... Alright, there we go. So finally it worked out. And so we got the sound going for this one, of course. We'll see how this match plays out, though, of course. This is going to be pretty exciting. Sasuke has yet to have lost in the Fire Pro world. He's just been on a tear and a half. Really been incredible to see. And he's got a big match, though, with Ultimo Dragon. Of course, this match happening because the previous episode, we saw Ultimo Dragon pin the Great Sasuke during the Junior Tag League. The international superstar himself. And I mean, this is a unique opportunity because for Ultimo Dragon, of course, he's a part of the actual singles matches of the Grand Prix. So this is a bit of a warm-up match for him. And then for Sasuke, of course, part of the tag side. So he gets to dip his toes in the singles contest for the actual start of the tournament. But very different. Very different. I would rarely do something like this normally, but I think it's a fun idea to start off with something different. The first ever match of the new year being a junior heavyweight title matchup, and already these two guys getting after it. Sasuke using his speed. Well, pin already. Yep, that's not happening. Into the corner, there we go. Ultimo Dragon with the athletic ability there to just moonsault over the buckle, and Sasuke, though, still pouring it on. Drop toe holds left and right. Oh, test of strength. Dragon wins it. Just arm drags and drop toe holds. There we go, there's a snapmare, something different. I'm thinking like Boston Crab. Didn't get the best of it, though. Arm drag again. Oh, leg drop. The back of the head, Sasuke just pouring it on him already. Body slam. That's the thing about the Sasuke edit. He just, a lot of punches and kicks, a lot of just using his speed with snapmares and the drop toe holds as well. And he's just a bolt of lightning in there. Here we go. There's that butterfly suplex. DDT from Sasuke. He's just rocking and rolling. Oh, looking for the run. He's got it. The one count, though. Oh, Dragon now. Fucking suplex to the floor. Damn, I was hoping we get a tope. We never get one. I'm waiting. Oh, here we go. They're going to trade strikes here. Body shots. And forearms. And the body strikes. Working out for him. Oh, went for a potential backdrop suplex. Not happening, though. Ultimo Dragon getting the better of it. That fucking body. So I'm waiting for the Michinoku driver. Hasn't happened, though. Another Rana. And another one count. Off the ropes they go. Nice little drop kick from Sasuke. Ultimo Dragon right back up. There's that float over. Butterfly suplex. And now a little spin kick to the back of the head. He is rocking and rolling here. But he gets caught into another suplex. See what Dragon's got for him now. Going to be on the offense. Arm drag. Off the top. Moonsault. Doesn't look the leg, though. Doesn't need it, because it's a 2 count. That was almost it. We almost had a new junior heavyweight champion right there. Spin kick from Dragon. Tentanabe is going to work out. Another 2 count. Oh, what a combination. Looking for a springboard. Looking for a Rana. He's got it. Not in the ropes either. Could be it. Nope. 2 count again. Ultimo Dragon's really starting to get after it. That is the closest moonsault someone will ever hit in the history of the business. Oh my god, just pouring it on him. Here we go. Oh, standing aside DDT. This could be it right here. No! Sasuke just gets it in time. Butterfly suplex into a little basement dropkick to the face here. Sasuke landing on his feet. Loves the fucking straight jacket German suplex with the bridge. Didn't get it though. 2.9. And another spin kick from Sasuke. I mean, we are just probably a powerbomb away or even a side DDT away from Ultimo Dragon picking up the win and becoming the new Junior Heavyweight Champion. And what a chance this will be for everybody else that's a part of that Group A that's in the singles contest, because you have a chance. Oh, here's a German suplex somehow. Not a rope break. Ted Tanabe, get your head out of your ass and call a rope break. My God, I mean, this has just been incredible to see. But yeah, Sasuke's still fighting it on. You know, guys like Brad Armstrong, guys like Wild Pegasus, they are definitely watching this match with a close eye. Because not only do they have a competitive advantage potentially here, and there's the Asai DDT after the tough match that Dragon has just had. And that is it. We do in fact have a new Junior Heavyweight Champion. We're going to put it at 25 minutes. That's usually what we do. We just clock on the 20 if it goes under 10. Which it did. No surprise there. Because this Fire Pro is just cursed. We could never have a match over 10 minutes. But yeah, he gets the win in 25-30. It's an 82. Probably going to be a lot better here in TEW. Yeah, I just stopped the recording just in case it was going to be slow again. Which it did. Wow, I kind of called it though. 25 minutes is what I already put. So that works out with Ultimo Dragon with a huge victory. To start off the year with that is pretty awesome. And yeah, Brad Armstrong, Wild Pegasus, you know, we're talking about those guys watching this match very, very closely. And Wild Pegasus gets 1 point for his Churio. As Shimazaki, I was going to have trouble saying that sometimes. So Shimazaki, oh, it's a regular 3v2. I need to make sure to change that. I'm glad I looked at that. Yeah, where's it at? There's the Grand Prix match. Perfect. 18-minute matchup, though, between these two teams. Could have won the technical masterclass here, but just won with a regular matchup. And the Shudo team gets the win over Shimazaki, as Super Tiger is going to be beating Shima in 18 minutes, not enough stamina. Fucking bastards. Taka Michinoku and Terror Boy against the Golden Cosmic Kings. As we'll see how Astro and, wow, I mean, after the shocking loss, though, seeing, or shocking win, rather, excuse me, for the Golden Cosmic Kings, as Ultimo Dragon now the junior champion, they carry the good vibes going as they beat Taka and Terry Boy. Okay, so we have this as a Grand Prix match, though, at least. We'll probably swap this out because Taru and Masamu Fuchi is the Steal the Show match. As Masamu Fuchi will be getting the win, so 1 point for the Holy Demon Army with that one. What a start, though. What a start to the tournament, and this has just been pretty electric, if I do say so myself. So we're at the Yokohama Arena. Actually, going to change it to Budokan. It'll be a sellout, so that's going to be fun. Start off the year in Budokan as well. And, yeah, let's run it. The first night, 97. And we have a new Junior Heavyweight Champion as a Dragon Bomb. Of course, he didn't win with that in Fire Pro, but he won with the SIDT as he gets the win over the Great Sasuke in 25:05. New Junior Heavyweight Champion to start off the year 2000. Immediately, the next match, brutal. As Shinzaki did well, he actually carried this matchup on his fucking back. Because everybody else in this match was pretty bad. Shimo's eliminated first, then Tiger Mask 4. Yeah, I like that, actually. I like the, it ends up being down to 2 guys. Yeah, that works out for me. And Group B, tag, tournament. And Super Tiger again, totally exposed. So 72 for the Steel Show matchup of Fuchi and Taru, as Fuchi getting the win with the STF in 12:40. Yeah, Fuchi looking very stale. 81 for Astro and Golden King against Terry Boy and Taka. Now this actually, yeah, I don't mind actually now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, another one that ends out being down to the final 2. Astro was head and shoulders of everybody else. Terry Boy way below everybody else. Yeah, Taka outperformed Golden King, so he's doing really well. Love to see that. 85 for Brad Armstrong and Wild Pegasus. Wild Pegasus gets the win with the Wild Bomb, even though Brad outperformed him. Great match, though, in a hell of a main event. what a show, though. Obviously, with that opener, we knew it was going to deliver in a big way, and it absolutely did with that 97. That is some high praise. As the Ultimo Dragon getting the win. And, well, yeah, we'll put over Brad. Actually, put over Taco. He actually did really well in his match. And, we'll give a hug to Sasuke. Tough break, bud. Tough break. Alrighty, on to night 2. We go. Alrighty, night 2. As, oh, they got us a Ryogoku. That's pretty cool. As Kikuchi's brought for versus court, accused of moaning about stuff all the time, but putting us out. Speaking of Debbie Downers, the judge jumbles to found Luke guilty and says, shut up or cheer up and buy drinks after the show. I'm assuming Dragon's passing on just all of the psychology tips. Yes, to Shima, to Magnum Tokyo, and to, selling, rather, to Dragon Kid. Alrighty, so, we did, reach a, we actually are now a big company now, so that's cool. So we actually have changed up some of our, as far as our, commercial, cable deals. Like, we have Nippon TV now, which TV size is about the same. We just don't have it on late night anymore. So, I want to get rid of this deal, is kind of the thing, because it has exclusive rights to it. So, it kind of sucks. Well, if somebody... Yeah, I'd rather take Nippon TV being happy with us than having TVSI be pissed at us. We also have Telemundo, and Telemundo, of course, is a huge get for us. As, yeah, we'll take Telemundo. Yeah, ESPN2, it's a good thing to have, but now that we have Telemundo, it's kind of unnecessary. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. But, hey, at least we have pretty big markets as far as in America, in Canada, and in, I was wanting to get something in Mexico, but this hasn't happened yet, unfortunately. So for this show, though, we have, as far as Group C and D, their first outings here. So we have the Lords of the Deep against the World-Class A-Holes. So this is the trio, so the first trio match so far of the Grand Prix, as the World-Class A-Holes are going to beat the Lords of the Deep. That's a huge win. And Ghetto's going to be beating Lord Akira Kurokumi. It's going to be a 25-minute matchup, and he is pissed. Really no surprise there. TTS versus the Can-Am Junior Express. Minoru Tanaka getting the win for TTS over Lance Storm and Rob Van Dam. So yeah, as far as Lance will be the last guy there. Then we'll have... So I believe Honoru and Otani is a Steel the Show matchup. It is. And Otani will be getting the win of 14 minutes. So Carlos Pavano versus Wagner Jr. and Negro Casas, as Psicosis will be beating Negro Casas. Hey, I think because now we're a big company, Negro Casas will be actually working for us, so that's nice. And then Brian Pillman in Skida, as Pillman will be getting the win over Skida. So both guys, as far as loanees from WCW, and we'll be getting a nice, hopefully, performance from Brian Pillman. But I don't know, with the way his body's looking like right now, it's not really all that well. So I forgot that. So yeah, we have a lot of guys being booked too much. But yeah, Super Delphin still has that bruised kidney. So he's going to suffer a little bit. So we'll have Ted Tanambe be the ref in the main. There we go. I think this will be a pretty good show, though. I think, Dr. Wagner Jr., of course, we signed him for FMW, funny enough, before really the Supermax deal was put into place. And, I love Dr. Wagner Jr., so this is a great get to be able to have him in Supermax, too. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And Negro Casas, his stats are fucked, because he's one of the best technical guys in the world, especially at this time. I'm assuming it's just, drugs. And drugs have probably fucked him up. He's a sleazy daredevil, though. But yeah, Negro Casas, one of the best technical guys in the world, even still today in 2023. As, I think this is, it's going to be an interesting show, I'll be honest. Especially with our debut being on, Nippon TV, and we want this to be a big show, but I don't know. I just don't know. I have no idea where we're going to run this show, though. I guess we'll have to run Osaka Joe Hall. Be a sellout. Here we go. For night 2. Oh, there we go. They have great chemistry. Both guys' gimmicks are stale, but the Arrow Pillman for Brian Pillman in 20 minutes. Great win and a good performance. I'm happy with that. Yeah, Skida, he gets like 50s at WCW, and I'm like, there's just no way he's going to do that badly here. His skill set is exactly what we want from a performer, and yeah, he's having a great showing. I know Pillman's contract expires at June. I don't know when Skida's expires though, but when it does, we are signing the shit out of him. Damn, Negro Casas and Dr. Wagner Jr. terrible team, so that's great. As Negro Casas was eliminated first, then Damien, and then Dr. Wagner Jr. Psychosis and Damien much better team than Dr. Wagner Jr. and Negro Casas, thanks to obviously the negative chemistry. But yeah, Negro Casas not great, not great. That just grinds my gears. It's a 67 for Otani in Anaru. As Shinjiro Otani with a springboard dropkick in 14 minutes. Nice little performance from him. 82 from TTS and the Canadian Junior Express. Rob Van Dam eliminated first. Then Lance Storm. You know what? I'm cool with it. I love back and forth as far as having guys be eliminated one after another. But 2 straight is not bad at all. Because it is a disadvantage, of course. You're down 2-1, and sometimes you're going to not get the better end of that. As the first ever trio Grand Prix matchup. Pacificus eliminated first, then Dick Togo, then Delphin, then Giotto, and then Lord of Kirakumi. So Ghetto being the lone survivor. I'm cool with that. Pacificus, not great as he was off his game, and then Super Delphin with the bad performance thanks to the injury. But I think all around, though, I think it was a good idea to have our first trios match main event. I don't think it's going to help the card. Oh, it did. That's interesting. A 74. I thought the cap was like in the 80s, so we'll take it. Alrighty, perfect. Yeah, TTS, though, with an 82. Probably should have been the main, kind of looking at the ratings, but that's alright. Plus, Pillman and Skida did a lot better than anticipated. I thought Pillman was going to be the worst guy in the match, actually. So that's very, very cool. Yeah, we'll put over Pillman. Yeah, put over Skida, too. Hey, welcome aboard, lads. Thank you. Here's some hugs. We're hugging everybody. We're TKing it. As, yeah, let's also bring in, Dr. Wagner Jr. with a hug. Hell yeah. Hugs for all. The first 2 days in the books, as far as for this Grand Prix. So far, it's been pretty fun, though. You're going to get a lot of different shit thrown your way. You're going to get trios, tags, singles matches throughout a show. And I think that's going to be really, really fun, especially towards the end. I wanted to save a lot of those trio matches towards the end of the Grand Prix to really bring the importance level to it. And I think it's going to play out exactly like that. So that's going to be pretty fun. As on to day 3 we go. Alrighty, night 3. As far as... they exit as, yeah, again. So, they were pretty unhappy, actually, on the Nippon TV, was in Telemundo, because we just missed out on the Telemundo, but yeah, we were nowhere close to the fucking Nippon TV requirement. Luckily, we're not, just, we get a warning the first time. We should have a pretty good show, though, this time around, yeah. Yeah, we got some banger matches. This is probably the main, though. Radical Revolution versus Liger and Sasuke. As, yeah, I didn't pick a winner for this one so far. With Sasuke losing his junior heavyweight title, I feel like he could use a win back here. And I think that's what we're going to have him do. He's going to beat whoever's going to be the last guy left. Damn it, he's pissed. It's wild. Kanemoto and Nuki Sano, that might actually be the technical masterclass matchup. It is. And Kanemoto will be beating Nuki Sano. Funny enough, the last time we did this, it was a while ago, obviously, was the from 95 to 99, and Nuki Sano's won every time that they have wrestled here in UJPW, so that's going to change here. Finally, Kanemoto beats him. So, Ultimo Dragon and Two Cold Scorpio. Oh, it's a Steel Show match, too. What the hell? This is a really good match. I feel like we're giving a disservice for it to be a Steel Show matchup, but the new junior champion beats Two Cold Scorpio in a banger, though. That's... yeah, I guess we'll look and see. There might be a match that's probably better fit. Like this. This should probably be the tactical match, or the Steel Show matchup. Yeah. I get why it's not, because it's an elimination style matchup. However, we could have an elimination happen around the 10-minute mark, and then the next one can happen at the 14-minute mark for the win. So someone's going to get swept, and yeah, I don't mind that being the Super Generation Army team getting the win there. Yeah, make sure it's the slow build's off. Perfect. Super Tiger's still going to be dealing with that. Of course he is. And he's extremely unhappy. Just fucking great. Just great. Yeah, so we'll give this more time. 23 minutes works for me. Even though Ultimo Dragon has the disadvantage of already wrestling already a couple of days before, he still gets the win. Alrighty. And then as far as I believe, this is the 6-man, the Grand Prix matchup for the Holy Demon Archers. The Dark Side Defiance, Hayabusa will be getting the win over Masamu Fuchi. That's a huge win. That's a huge 3 points as well. Of course, Fuchi's the agent. And he's extremely unhappy as well. Goddamn, everybody's just fucking pissed. We'll actually have that go here. Yeah, I like that. Singles, tag, singles, trio, tag. Yeah, I like it. Like the flow of it. Yep, there's always going to be a referee problem. Just the way these cards are going to work out. There's a lot going on. So we ran Kanto and we've ran Osaka now. Now we got to kind of try and find a venue that will fit pretty well. Yeah, Hokuto, the Prefectural Sports Center, that works for me. Let's run night 3. At 86 for the opener. Kanemoto beating Nuki Sano. I forgot we gotta change Nuki Sano's gimmick. So as far as once we change that, he should be a little bit better, but still, 8 ways to go. Got the show off a strong start though. Oh my goodness, as Kikuchi and Marufuji have 0 chemistry. Yep, that is what you don't want. As boy, now we gotta deal with that for the next 3 matches for them. Tiger Mask 4 eliminated first, then Marufuji, then Super Tiger. Yeah, I guess you could still do 3 eliminations in that type of span, but goddamn, like that was brutal. Brutal. 79 though for Ultimo Dragon and Tuco Scorpio. Still only a 79, even though Ultimo Dragon had a great performance with a 90. I think it's one of the Dragon Sleeper in 23 minutes. A good match for him. It's another 79 here. Yeah, Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Taru, 38s and 40s. Long ways to go for them, and they are the first guys eliminated for each team. That makes sense. Then it's Ogawa, then Shinzaki, and Fuchi. I actually really like that a lot. As I had to stop to get my food now, it's been so long I completely forgot where I left off at, so we'll probably just have to re-say this whole thing. As Taru was eliminated first, then Yoshinobu Kanemaru, then Ogawa, then Shinzaki, and finally Masazu Fuchi. Yeah, I mean, Kanemaru and Taru, they have a long ways to go, but at least they're young enough to where it's going to work. Taru, though, I don't know, because his stats got all fucked up because they had his age fucked up. They had his debut date fucked up, and yeah, he's all over the place, because he actually is in the game at the beginning of the save, which I think they now fixed, but when we, by the version we had, when we started, he was already, like, debuted and ready to go. He doesn't debut till, like, 98, 99, so there's that. But, yeah, I mean, it's a good performance, at least from Ogawa, Fuchi, and Shinzaki, and obviously Hayabusa, but decent little matchup. Goddamn, a 96 for this main event as Sasuke pinning Dean Malenko with the Super Thunder Fire Powerbomb. What a great win. 2 points there for the NWO as well, which is fantastic for them. Hell of a match. Hell of a match there. And, yeah, absolutely a banger because of the main and the opener. So how about that? As on to Night 4 we go. Alrighty, Night 4. As again, they got us in Ryugoku. Oh, and so yeah, we're not going to use Cablevision. Again, we're going to try to use Telemundo and Nippon TV as much as we can. We should be good to go. As far as backstage instance, alright, so Tommy Rogers was up. Create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage of finding a Discord karaoke machine as an impromptu of pre-show competition happened as his melody of power ballads apparently stole the show again. Just everyone's finding these discarded karaoke machines. This is all about Dragon passing on tips on selling to Shima. And he's passing on tips on psychology to Magnum Tokyo. And then Ultimo Dragon also passing on psychology to Dragon Kid. Alrighty. So, for the main event, That's a good question. Probably this, to be honest. Tactical Technician Squad versus Dr. Wagner Jr. and Negro Casas. Oh, cool, it's a Tactical Masterclass matchup. Dr. Wagner Jr. getting the win over Minoru Tanaka. Well, this was a fun idea when we first put this together. But now that we know that him and Negro Casas are not great teammates, we'll probably have to switch this. Yeah. So, let's do that. Let's have Funaki. You know what? Let's stick with what we had, right? Let's stick with what we had. We gotta find a better main is kind of the problem. And I just don't know if we have one on this show. Because, like, this is a fun match, but it's definitely not going to be, like, main event quality level. As the KDM Junior Express are going to beat Los Pavano. So that's a huge win, nonetheless. Oh, I don't know why I didn't... Oh, there we go. Damien's furious about this. I get that. Then we'll add Linsanity versus the Fantastics. Jerry Lynn is super crazy. They're losing, though, the Fantastics in their first match. Tough break. As just the Fantastics, they're just going to be so much better, I think. This was a close call for a Tactical Masterclass matchup, because 3 out of the 4 guys are pretty good at it, technically, but just, we figured might as well just keep it as a regular matchup. Kilman and Tommy Rogers. As Kilman will get the win over Tommy Rogers, though, so that's fun. This needs to be a Steal the Show match, actually. Yeah, we'll have that be the Steal the Show match. Because I think this needs less time than the next match we're going to add. And Tommy Rogers fierce is that. Yeah, because I like Prince Mako and Dick Togo having a little bit more time. Give him about 20 minutes. Again, there's another one, which would make sense for a Tactical Masterclass match, potentially, but just they're barely out of that kind of line where I would like it for it to be. Yeah, Prince Mako's still going to get the win. It's funny, Michinoku Pro, it's just this match, you know, with Kazayashi and Dick Togo. And obviously under the Shiryu hood, but, you know, we've changed it up a little bit. Yeah, this is tough. It's tough to kind of dictate. Because this could, now I'm thinking about it, this could honestly be, because yeah, Van Dam, not really technically skilled compared to probably these other guys, because yes, Lance is better at that. Damien's somewhat in the middle, and Seikosis is a little bit on that level as well. Because, I mean, obviously this would be a better main event. Or, this will not be a better main event than the match we have already scheduled as that. So, yeah, we'll go with this. We'll see how it goes. It sucks that this is what we're going to have to deal with, as far as with, looks like this kind of group, C and D. We kind of stacked it a little too much for A and B, by the looks of it, by some of these matches, in some of these shows. So we might potentially change up how we present this show, actually. Now I'm thinking about it, because I don't know. Oh, shit, we already picked it. Yeah, we can't change it. Oh, yeah, we'll be alright. Theodore is yelling up a storm. I'll go with Knight. Yeah, we'll just stick with what we got here. It is what it is. If it fails us, it fails us. I forgot to change it out of Ryogoku Sumo, but that's alright. As the openers are 73, Seikosis and Damien, they outperform the other team, but at least Lance does well enough to, it's a believable upset. Yeah, and then Lance comes back down 2-1 as well. That is a huge come from behind victory for the KDM Junior Express, and that's a big 2 points for him over Los Pavano. As Kilman and Tommy Rogers have a bit of a shit show of a matchup, as I was thinking of, I should have changed his finish, because I don't like that shooting star press for this. And first of all, he always had a shitty one to begin with, but that little power bomb he used to do, like the pop-up bomb, kind of the pop-up spine buster he would do, that will have probably that be his finish, more than likely. I got a crowd buzzing, though. There is that. And Prince Mako and Dick Togo, I see now why I forgot that they are not really over enough to have them get a good chunk of a matchup here, but it's a good match. It's just, again, they're just not really over enough for this to work. I love the spinning headlock drop is the win for Prince Mako there in 20 minutes. We should definitely update his finishers. Yeah, and again, the Linsanity team not working out. As Jerry Lynn debuting his metalhead gimmick. It was adequate. Yeah, it's just brutal. brutal. We just got unlucky with some of these tag chemistry things. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Crazy, then Jackie Fulton, and then Jerry Lynn. I like that. I like the back and forth of it. Penalized. Yeah. Well, luckily, we'll give him any comedy matches, so that's fine. He will have to lose against some gimmicky cartoon ones, though. In our main event, oh my god, so we have a cracked tailbone from Dr. Wagner Jr. as well. Yeah, there's just not enough talent out there for Group C and D. Yeah, that's brutal. 72. It would have been a little bit better had not the injury occurred, but still, brutal. Cracked tailbone is tough to deal with as well. And as Minoru Taka caused it, at least it was a 71. But it's still, God, I hope we don't piss off Nippon TV already. Yeah, this was just a bad call for having this be on, we'll probably end up having just the even number shows not be on Nippon TV. So that's just the only way we're gonna not have them be pissed off. We're gonna give Dr. Wagner Jr. a hug, though. Then, we'll give some love to Shinichi Funaki as Theodore knocking stuff over. Have fun. And then we'll go with... Honestly, Prince Mako did a pretty good job in his match, so we'll give him some love. Oh. There we go. Alrighty, on to Night 5 we go. Hopefully we still have our broadcasting deals. Alrighty, Night 5. As, again, because we're back to where we have a pretty good main event probably lined up here. It's actually, let me just double check. Yeah, I mean, the New World Order Cosmic Dragon Kings match is probably a solid main event to have. It's not a given, but I think it'll be able to pull off better than an 82, as long as nobody gets hurt. Again, the big thing there, as, yeah, again, we'll just save what it is. I'm just glad they haven't dropped us yet. Usually, I feel like they're usually not so forgiving. I think it's because we just ranked up into a big company. They're being a little bit more lenient with us. This is nice of them. But yeah, this New World Order Cosmic Dragon Kings, the Grand Prix matchup here in the trios side of things. Liger, Sasuke, Too Cold Scorpio over, as far as Ultimate Dragon, Dragon Kid, and Super Astro. So Astro's actually the last guy. And it's going to go 37 minutes. It's a long time. But I think in this caliber of a matchup, I think we can definitely get away with it. And especially with the elimination style. That, works for me. Works for me. That's a banger, though. So the co-main. We're gonna... Yeah, honestly, this is a good match. Damn. I wanted to be a technical masterclass matchup. That's not gonna happen. Because we need a pretty good co-main. This is a good match, though, as far as with Taka in there, with Eddie and Dean. Those three alone are gonna be like 70 and above. Min's Te'o, Jerry Boy, he's gonna struggle a little bit compared to these guys, but... Overall, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. See, this could probably be a tactical masterclass match. I think, yeah, we're just going to do that. Have this be the tactical masterclass match. Because that match is going to probably... Oh, no, yeah, they have fine chemistry. Or they... Actually, I don't even think we know yet. As far as the Rat Pack, the Rat Attack, in Kanemaru and Ogawa, as they beat Super Tiger and Tiger Mask 4 in the opener. Shimzaki against Super Generation Army. Now that we know that they're a pretty bad team, unfortunately, in Kikuchi and Marufuji, yeah, he's still fierce about that. That's brutal. Kanemoto and Taru, though, that's a Steel Show match. So Kanemoto will be getting the win in 2 minutes, or in 12 minutes, rather, as he's getting, obviously, 1 point there. And then that Tactical Masterclass matchup will add here. Honestly... I think we're going to swap this and this. Have the singles match be in the middle. Nice change of pace for the rest of the card, and yeah. Goddamn, we could still run Ryogoku here. Yeah, we ran the Prefectural Sports Center last time out. Yeah, we'll just run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza here for Night 5. I think it's going to be a pretty good show, though, nonetheless. Especially that main event. Hopefully, at least. 62 for the opener. Yeah, Ogawa. Best guy in the match, Tiger Mask 4 and the Super Tiger, outperformed Kanemaru, but, yeah. I mean, we could have went with maybe a more balanced team with a win here, but, again, Kanemaru's going to get better. He's still in the early stages of his run, so I'm not really too upset with him getting a 37. We got to start somewhere. And then 64 for Marufuji and Kikuchi against Shimazaki, rather, is Shima with a 46. He almost outperformed Kikuchi because of the zero chemistry. That's right, Kikuchi's looking stale. We gotta change his gimmick. So yeah, Jinsei Shinzaki, the best guy in the match, thanks to the chemistry being as shit as it was. Thank God this is a 75. Yeah, there's Taru with a pretty good rating. Almost in the 50s there. Koji Clutch from Koji Kanemoto. And 12-22. Not a bad performance at all from Kanemoto. We get an 86 from Dean and Eddie against Taka Michinoku and Terry Boy. Hell of a little matchup here, as yeah, Terry Boy gets eliminated first, then beat Malenko. That's interesting, as far as having Taka beat Malenko. Surprised he didn't complain about it, but that's a hell of a fucking matchup, though, for Taka to really prove what he can do out there as far as for the BWO. Then at 87, that's interesting. It's only a little bit better. Dragon Kid did kind of shit the bed in this matchup. Everybody else, though, really, really good. Dragon, best guy in the match, followed by Sasuke, then Liger, Astro, and so on and so forth. So Dragon Kid eliminated first. Honestly, how this probably would have went, I don't know if it would have been clean sweep. I think Astro, first of all, I was wanting to have him be the last guy and not Ultimo Dragon. With Ultimo, I wanted Sasuke to get a win back. But also, after some time, it's like, yeah, it's 2-on-3. Like, it's a believable win. And it's not a crazy of a win back as well, thanks to all that. But, oh my, 83, we just barely missed it. Wow. Or we just barely made it, rather. I think 82 is the cap. Boy, that could have went really bad. I thought that was going to be a lot better, the main and Gome, but it delivered, nonetheless. So, yeah, we're going to put over Sasuke and Dragon for their performances. Actually, let's go, well, we put over Dean and Eddie on night 3, so yeah, we'll go Sasuke, Ultimo Dragon, and, you know what, Taru, you get a hug. That was a pretty good start for you. Pretty good stuff. Alrighty. So after night 6, we'll take a look at the standings. I know the standings are going to be a little off, because obviously some teams haven't faced each other yet still, obviously, and mainly it's been singles and tag matches, which that was the plan to begin with anyways. But yeah, as far as on to night 6, we go. Alrighty, night 6, as I get the Ryugoku. So, yeah, this is definitely, well, that Los Pavano TTS match, that actually might be a good enough match to run the main event. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. It's probably a bad idea. I will just run the Telemundo one. I'm chickening out. Yeah, because I don't want them being pissed. We don't need that. We don't need it. Brian Pillman was brought for Russell Court, accused of failing to pick up a share of the tab on the shared rental car. As the judge, Jumbo Ceruto, found him guilty, and sentenced him to pay the full cost and reimburse shop partners. We also got to change his picture, because obviously that's from like 92. Unfortunately, Brian would no longer be with us in the year 2000, but we can at least give him an updated picture. If it'll load. Sometimes it takes forever because we got so many goddamn pictures. There we go. Let's see. All the way down here. Alright, so we got 97. That's a pretty good call. Yeah, this was ECW era. I mean, you can't go wrong with those fucking glasses. Yeah, just go with this one. Pretty cute. Cute. Alright. So, as far as, yeah, that's the main TTS in Los Pavano. Let's see. It's the 2v2. It's still going to be a pretty good match, though. As Shunichi Funaki, though, getting the win over Psychosis. Does a hell of a win. Form. Brian Pillman and Otani. That's a pretty good co-main. And Otani will be beating Brian Pillman. Yeah, had a feeling that might happen. Can he win by count out? Or can we have him at least draw? Right, 1 point each for him. Still can't. What a cocksucker. Come on, Pillman. Do the damn job. Yeah, still won't do it. Alright, well. That would have been nice for Ohtani, but he's going to lose down to Brian Pillman. As yeah, Brian's 23-minute matchup there as is what it is. I don't think he's going to outperform him as well, so it's going to be a real kick in the dick. Fantastics versus the world-class tag team can go here, as Bobby Fulton will be getting the win for the Fantastics, and that's a big 2 points for him. Lords of the Deep against Linsanity. Now that we know that Linsanity is a pretty terrible team, I'm alright with this as well, as far as Naniwa beating Super Crazy. And the Steelers Show matchup, which is going to absolutely blow a bag of dicks, as Skyda, though, will get the win, but he's just not going to be over enough for this to work, is the unfortunate thing there. So we're going to change probably the ref. Oh, and the road agent. Fuchi's also given too much. Well, yeah, there we go. Change that. Perfect. As, we'll take a look at the standings after this show is ran, because I have to kind of add up everything. It's not as seamless as a transition as I would have imagined. But I know Group A and B is done as far as the standings up to this point. But we still need to do C and D now after we run this show. The 69. Yes, for the opener. As Jerry Lynn eliminated first, then Super Crazy. It's interesting. Yeah, they just negative chemistry versus a team with great chemistry. Of course, the great chemistry team getting the win. It sucks that Linsanity doesn't work as a team, but maybe Jerry. Well, we tried Lynn and Kidman before. They are not really terrible, so I guess there's that. Yeah, and Skyda with a 62 though gets the submission win, the Skyda lock in 13:27. It's a good performance from him, but again, just not over enough, unfortunately. Yeah, then we got the injury from Bobby Fulton slowing him down, but it's still a good match for the Fantastics and the World Class Tag Team. As Jado eliminated first, then Jackie Fulton, then Ghetto. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's probably how I would have done it as far as eliminating one after another. Actually, yeah, Jado first. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's a good match. 74 for Pillman and Ohtani. Ah, they did the same. Cool. Yeah, we changed his gimmick as well. Instead of him being a blue chipper, we've now just have him be cool. Yeah, I mean, if there's anybody that is cool, it would be Brian Pillman, especially with those glasses in the cane. Like, that was a hell of a 1-2 as far as gimmicks go. TTS beating Los Pavano in the tag matchup here. Psicosis eliminated first, then Minoru Tanaka, then Damien. Yeah, I'm cool with that. As actually might have flipped Psicosis and Damien, since Damien's kind of struggling a little bit. But yeah, much better team there for TTS. Maybe not much better. But, because that was the only 8-point difference between Funaki and Psicosis. I love that he's doing well, though. I mean, I love Psicosis, so I'm glad he's doing a lot better here. This definitely fits his style more, this product. But yes, 78. Very, very glad that I did not go with what we were hoping for, as far as potentially running the Nippon TV. As far as airing on that program. Thank God we did not do that. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be doing that for this, for the even number shows, because it's just, like, if Vampiro's in the main, maybe, even then, it's still going to be a bit of a stretch. I'm going to put over Ohtani, just because it sucks that he didn't get to beat him, but Skyda's doing really well, though. I cannot wait for his contract to run up. We'll be bringing him in ASAP. There. Alrighty, so on to night 7 we go. Alrighty, night 7 is, yep, this will definitely be on the Pome TV. I see an Ultimo Dragon Wild Pegasus match. Yeah, that's definitely getting put on the big broadcasting channel, as Kazuya Yamasaki brought for Ross's court, accused of not drinking the rest of the locker room for a night out, as the judge, Jumbo Tsuruta, found him guilty and sentenced to buy drinks after the show. So Dragons passing on, psychology tips to Shima. Psychology Tips to Magnum Tokyo, and Selling Again to Dragon Kid. So, as far as the standings, after 6 nights of action, it goes as follows. As for Group A, the NWO are in the lead with 5 points. The Cosmic Dragon Kings, and Radical Revolution are tied with 3 points, as they both have 1 tag win and 1 singles victory. Of course, they're battling off against each other in the singles matchup here tonight, so that's going to be very interesting to see. And then the BWO, out of all the teams in this tournament, they are the only one to not have any points after the 6 nights of action. 0 points. Brad Armstrong is taking on Too Cold Scorpio tonight, so maybe that might change. As for Group B, Darkside Defiance, they're with 5 points. Even though Taru has 0 points singles-wise, thanks to Shimazaki and Hayabusa Taru and Jinsei Shinzaki, they have 5 points between those two as far as the trio and the tag. So again, those trio matches are very, very important. When you see just right now, because it's so early on in the tournament, those 3 points are massive. Just, you really want to get that win. As far as then that second place, so the Super Generation Army with 4 points, Kanemoto so far 2 points in his singles victories, which is great, and then Kikuchi and Marufuji have the 1 win. As well, so far everyone has beaten at least somebody, tag-wise, in Group B. Pretty close, though. Obviously, between Shudo, Holy Demon Army, Super Generation Army, you're talking just a 1 point each. Really, from 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's all just a point difference, so that's a very, very close group. And for Group C, as a Tactical Tactician Squad is in the lead with 5 points, as far as 4 points from Funaki and Tanaka with their 2 victories, and Otani's 1 win over Anaru, I believe. He might have actually beat Skaida, now I'm thinking about it, but I'm pretty sure he beat Anaru. 4 points for the Can-Am Super Junior crew. It's hard to believe that it would actually be 6-3 with TTS having the 2 points over with Otani, but since Pillman politicked his way into getting a victory, it's now pretty close, as now again it's 2, 3, 4, 5 out of Group C as well. That they're the 1 victory for Lance Storm and Rob Van Dam, and the 2 victories for Brian Pillman. So Team Mexico with 3 points, Skaida's 1 win, and then Wagner Jr. and Negro Casas' win. And also for Los Pravano in last place for Group C, Psicosis and Damien with 2 points. But again, their strategy, it might not be looking like it's paying off right now, but once Vampiro gets in there with some of these other trios, I think it's really going to even out. But it's going to be interesting. TTS so far has been really a well-oiled machine right now. And then for Group D, the leading group is the Fantastics with 4 points, as they have 2 victories tag-wise with the Fantastics, but Tommy Rogers with 0 points, singles-wise. Then we have the Lords of the Deep and the World Class A-Holes, tied in second place with 3 points, Prince Mako with a win, and then Kira Kotakumi and Naniwa with a tag win. And for the World Class A-Holes, Dick Togo, 0 points, Jado and Geto, 0 points, but them together have that trio victory, and that is huge. And that is the reason why they are in second place, is because that 1 victory, because you see with Linsanity, they have the 1 win with Killman, and just that 1 win is not enough, singles-wise. So again, the trio match, the tag matches, that's where you want to put your best foot forward. And so far, it's worked out pretty well for, I think, a lot of the teams that we have seen. Right now, if the Grand Prix was over, the 3v3v3 ladder matchup to determine who will go on to win this whole thing, it would be between the NWO, Darkside Defiance, and the Tactical Tactician Squad, with the Fantastics just looking on the outside, looking in, as Group D would not be involved in that matchup. But that might all change, as far as there's still a lot of time left, obviously. As for, of course, this main event, it's a banger. Ultimo Dragon, Wild Pegasus, 1-on-1. Wild Pegasus beats the new Junior Heavyweight Champion, and what a victory. What a victory. So, Wild Pegasus, he beat him once in 97. Other than that, he has not beaten him in a singles competition. And they had a junior matchup back in 98, which Wild Pegasus lost that match as well. So it's hard to believe. That's the last time he's won a match over Ultimo Dragon in a 1v1 scenario. This is a big victory, obviously, for Wild Pegasus, because he might get a junior heavyweight title matchup out of this, obviously, with that win. He's going to get one, but he might get one at the end of the tour, I guess is what I should say, instead of waiting for the, as far as the Super Heartstopper show. But for the co-main, that's an interesting one, because I like Liger, Sasuke, Taka here. And Terry Boy getting thrown in there at the tail end. But obviously, those three are the ones that are making this match work, as Sasuke is going to beat Taka Michinoku in 20 minutes. Technical Masterclass matchup between Brad Armstrong and Too Cold Scorpio. Big win for Brad Armstrong as the BWO finally get a win. You may have Kikuchi and Marufuji against Ogawa and Kanemaru. So Kanemaru is going to beat Naomichi Marufuji. So this was set before I even knew that they were going to be the worst team out of the two because of chemistry. So I'm glad that went well. And Naoki Sano, Masanobu Fuchi. This could also be a main event, honestly. It's a hell of a match. Wildly enough, the last time, as far as Fuchi and Naoki Sano, they're 2-1. Last time was in 97 as well, in the Best Super Juniors matchup. And they had the TV match, too, so technically they were 1-1 as far as in the save, because, no one saw what the TV shows were looking like. But yeah, I mean, that's a huge win for Naoki Sano. It's a big 1 point for the Shudo team as well. We'll swap here. Yeah, I mean, this probably, that Liger, Sasuke, Taka, Terry Boy matchup, it's probably not going to be better than the Sano and Fuchi, but I just want to split it up a little bit, have the singles matches go kind of one after another like that. I'm assuming the main is probably overbooked, if I had to guess. Yep, it's probably Ted Tanabe. Probably didn't need to change to the actual agent, but sometimes it's better to just be on the safe side. Yeah, I feel like we probably should run one of these other venues here. Yeah, I mean, the Kita Perfectional Gym, it's going to be 6,000 on hand. Not bad, but I guess for a kind of big show like this, probably should have a little bit more people in there, especially with Ultimo Dragon and Wild Pegasus as the main event, but we'll be fine, I think. Because, yeah, I forgot these two actually have bad chemistry, because obviously the characters change from, as far as adding Liger to the game. As far as, like, the active player, you don't get the chemistry stuff that was from the other guy. So, side Russian leg sweep win, though, for Brad Armstrong. He did outperform him, at least, so it's not terrible. 64 for the next matchup, Ogawa and Kanemaru getting the win, and yeah, I mean, at least with Kanemaru and Marufuji is a 10-point difference, and then almost a 20-point difference for Kikuchi and Ogawa. Yeah, I'm glad at least it went kind of back and forth. Kanemaru getting the win, I just now realized that, because yeah, Ogawa would have been eliminated next. You definitely would not have happened. That would have definitely came down to Ogawa and Kikuchi. So that's kind of wild that happened. But what a win, though. What a win. An 86 for Naoki Sano and Masanobu Fuchi. Scoop Brainbuster win for Naoki Sano over Fuchi. Pretty good stuff. Again, Fuchi is stale. I gotta change that. 77. Yep. Shoulda stuck with my gut. But that's alright. It's 77 as a co-main. It's not terrible. Terry Boy gets eliminated first, then Liger, and then Taka. Honestly, probably a 2-1 victory where Liger and Sasuke don't lose, but I get it. Main event, though, at 96. These two have the pretty good chemistry as well. Wild Bomb from Wild Pegasus onto Ultimo Dragon. What a win. What a victory there. And that is huge. First of all, you get a junior heavyweight title matchup in the future, and you have a great matchup as well with a 91. Thank God. Thank God. As we'll put over Wild Pegasus, we'll put over... Actually, Ultimo Dragon, not complaining, actually helped us out a lot. And, yeah, we'll go Masanobu Fuchi, why not? Why not? Hell yeah. Singles matches, though, they're making Group A and B happen, that's for sure. Just a stacked group, that Group A is, and there we get probably the best matchup out of Group B with that singles match between Fuchi and Naoki Sano. Yeah, I mean, we're a little over the halfway point now. Now with that Night 7's in the books. On to Night 8. Here we go. Alrighty, Night 8. As, of course, we'll be running the lesser program. As far as we'll be running, still Telemundo, but just TV Asahi. I think we can get a 75. It'll probably be close, but I think we'll be fine. So for this show, as far as we have Honestly, this should probably be the main. Skida and Otani. That's a technical masterclass matchup. Fuck. Ah, shit. But Otani's gonna beat Skida. Let's have Skida win. I feel bad Otani got, screwed out of a win over Pillman, and now he's gonna get a change here for Skida getting the win. Yeah, Otani's gonna be unhappy. Yeah, let's just keep it with Otani. Hey, Scott at least put him over. Can-Am Junior Express and Dr. Wagner Jr. Negro Casas, as Lance Storm will be beating Negro Casas. So I changed this after we knew that they were they didn't have chemistry at all between Wagner Jr. and Negro Casas. But yeah, I think it was a good call though. Have Lance get the win. Negro Casas is furious though, but fuck him. Fuck him. It's a world-class tag team against the Lords of the Deep. This is actually a fun little matchup though, as Lord Akira Kurakumi will be getting the win for the Lords of the Deep, so that's 2 points there. Pretty fun. Then Pillman and Honoru. 16-minute matchup there. Pillman getting the victory over Honoru. So that's out. Didn't mean to click that. But yeah, that's another victory for the Can-Am Junior crew. Then the Fantastics versus Lynn Sanity as Jerry. Fucking learn. Jerry. Yeah, he's going to get the win with it beating the Fantastics too. I like that though. It's going to be a fun win for him. Obviously, Fantastics are going to be super pissed about losing to them, but there should be the negative chemistry now since it's a trios match. That's going to help us out a little bit. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll put this here. I mean, we're really rolling the dice with that main event. But it should work out. Should work. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Telemundo might be a little bit upset with us, but all around I think we should be fine. So yeah, we're going to go back to... but I won't go back to Chubu for this one. We can go to the Sun Plaza. Yeah, we'll go to the Professional Sports Center. Why not? Here for night 8. Let's run it. 75 for the opener, yep. So Tani getting the win with the springboard dropkick over Skida. Hell of an opener. That's exactly what we needed for this show. Got to show off the strong start as well. Yeah, and then the steel show match just shit in our fucking hands and clapped is what that was. But what a performance though from Rob Van Dam and Lance Storm. 63 and 60. They're getting really, really good actually. I'm very, very pleased with how they've performed as of late. Negro Costa's probably been eliminated first. Then Van Dam, then Wagner Jr. But other than that, it was pretty much on brand to what we were wanting to do. So yeah, they already say that the Group C is already over. And as far as, I guess so, the tag side of things. That one, they were, I think, 2 straight for everybody. Everyone had 2 wins across the board. As another 63, Era Pillman getting the win over Honoru in 1541. Yeah, that's a nice win for Brian Pillman. So 68 to 34, though, for Honoru. He was pretty god-awful. Then the trio matchup for the Grand Prix. Super Crazy goes first, then Kilman. Oh my god, Jerry! He eliminates everybody one after another. I don't know about all that. Probably would have saw Crazy eliminated, then Tommy Rogers, then Kilman, and then it's Jerry's gonna beat Jackie and Bobby by himself. But it's a fun little match though. They are so bad though. Kilman and Super Crazy and Jerry Lynn all in the not even in the 50s. No business winning that much. I mean, at least we get a 75 for our main event thanks to Lord Akira Korakumi. Sgeto goes out first, then Naniwa, then Jado. Fun match. Fun match, actually. Yeah, thanks to Naniwa and Naniwa's chemistry. That worked out pretty well. Yep, 71. Just missed out on it. Had a feeling that might happen. But yep, the opener and the main went well. Probably could have flipped. Well, they were all 63s across the board there in the middle. Yeah, that Group C and D just keeps on fist-fucking us. Is what it is. We put ourselves in this predicament. Oh, yeah, I mean, again, Skida, Otani, and Lord Akira Kurakumi. But, I mean, Otani and Skida have really been just bright spots for that side of the bracket. They've been really, really good. So yeah, on to night 9 we go. Oh, we're almost at the double-digit point, though. We're at 9 now. And, boy, we got a hell of a show, though. With Brad Armstrong and Ultimo Dragon. Radical Revolution versus the Golden Cosmic Kings. And we have a Super Generation Army, Holy Demon Army. I believe that's the 6-man matchup as well. And Dark Side Defiance versus Shudo. So, we got a pretty jam-packed card here. And we will be going to Nippon TV and Telemundo. Trying to think who else. Yep, that will be it. Yeah, because we won't be using Cablevision. Alrighty. No backstage and then we can just get right into it. So yeah, this Brad Armstrong Ultimo Dragon matchup. Yep, this is the main, and have Ultimo Dragon get a win to the junior champion, beating Brad Armstrong there. I like that a lot. And then, honestly, this Radical Revolution Golden Cosmic Kings matchup, this is just such a great matchup. And they're going to get the win. Will the Golden Cosmic Kings here. His Astro's going to beat Dean Malenko. That is a massive, massive 3 points for him. 2 from that tag match and 1 for the main. And we'll see if Wild Pegasus, what he does against Too Cold Scorpio. Which he does, in fact, beat Scorpio. And so there's 1 point at least for the Radical Revolution. Super Generation Army versus the Holy Demon Army. Oh, wow. Fuchi, we're giving this a lot of time. 33 minutes. I know it's the 6-man matchup, but god damn. That's a long-ass time. But it should be a pretty good matchup because there's no negative chemistry between, with Kikuchi involved. So that's going to be nice. Now it's a trio. Then Dark Side Defiance versus Shudo. Yeah, we need to steal the show matchup now. I'm looking at it. It's not going to be this. As Kazuya Yamasaki of Shudo is going to beat Hayabusa. Wow. So what a huge win for Shudo. Hayabusa's pissed about that. And we went over the time, which I'm not surprised, by looking at this matchups. 39 minutes for that tag match is crazy. But it's well deserved, though. That's the thing. Like, a lot of these matches, they need the time. I don't know. You can't really do, like, a steal the show 6-man of the elimination style. You just can't. Fuck, I don't even know what to do. I mean, we might just have to run it as is and deal with the consequences. I don't know, though. And Haruka Aijin's been used too much, because we will be penalized. So either we deal with the penalty, or we have to kind of make a match that's somewhat unrealistic as far as from a time perspective. Or we could have this be the technical masterclass matchup. It won't be great, but like Shinzaki, well, Shinzaki's pretty not so great. Yeah, I mean, those guys aren't really great, but the technical side of things for, like, Naoki Sano and Kazuya Yamasaki, like, that's their bread and butter. So this would be kind of their matchup, and it makes sense since they're going to win it, too. Yeah, let's do that. Have this be the masterclass match. Pegasus and Too Cold Scorpio now. That will be the Steal the Show matchup, unfortunately. I want to give this more time, but my hands are tied. Hands are tied. Oh yeah, Haruka Aijin. Assuming he's got this last match. Nope, Tanabe's the road agent and the ref. He's the road agent here. Alrighty. What a show. I mean, we could run Budokan. It would be a sellout, but I think we probably should run Osaka, Joe Hall. Yeah. And the thing, last time we ran here was night 2, it's night 9, so they at least get to see a little bit of everything, but that's a hell of a card. We'll see how this starts off with a 79 now, as a big win for Shudo, though. That's a major 3 points over Dark Side Defiance. And yeah, they were the better team because of it being a technical masterclass matchup. Good match. Good little opener. Probably would have been a little bit better if it was just a regular matchup, but we'll take it. So yeah, Tadaru goes out first, then Tiger Mask 4, then Shinzaki, then Hayabusa, or then Naoki Sano rather, then Hayabusa. That's interesting. I probably would have just had to be 2-1. That'd probably been my guess. Damn, Wild Pegasus sprains his ankle. And that's a hell of a match, though. With a sprained ankle, when you think about it. To have a good match on a sprained ankle is pretty nuts. He's been a beast in there, though, as far as singles-wise. Koji Ganemoto with chronic shoulder pain. Just great. Naomichi Marufuji is getting worse and worse. 28. That is brutal. Yes, struggling with the psychology. Greatly overused as well. Wow. Man, that just... Oof. Not great. Not a great trios match. But a big win, though, nonetheless, for the Holy Demon Army after they beat the Super Generation Army. It was close, but yeah, it was close. We probably, even with Kanemoto's injury, he was still the best guy in the match. We probably could have gave it to the Generation Army, to be honest. And Fuchi is the one who caused it. Just great. 88, though, for the co-main. As the Golden Cosmic Kings beating the Braddock Revolution. Golden King eliminated first. Then Dean Malenko, and then Eddie Guerrero. Wow, Super Astro having to fight from behind there. That is huge. We probably would have had just Golden King eliminated first, then Eddie, yeah, then Dean. But yeah, it's fine. It works out, nonetheless. Yeah, an upset for sure. But at least with Astro, he's relatively close to Malenko and Eddie, or as far as a Golden King, not so much. In another match that has great chemistry, as Ultimo Dragon and Brad Armstrong have a banger here. Ultimo Dragon pinning, or rather submitting, Brad Armstrong with a Dragon Sleeper. 93s and 90s there. Hell of a show, thanks to the main and co-main. Absolutely. Yeah, the trios match with Super Generation Army and Holy Demon Army. Yeah, they're not ready. You know, Kanemaru and Marufuji, we really threw them in a prime spot, and it was a sink or swim type of feel for them, and it's been sinking for at least, especially for Marufuji. He's been pretty brutal. But Brad Armstrong and Ultimo Dragon, they've been tremendous with that matchup. They were great. And again, Dean Malenko just has not complained once about losing any of these matches. And he's been like one of the best guys on the roster. Just fantastic. So yeah, now we're on to night 10. After night 10, we'll take a look and see what the standings are looking like. As we're coming up to the finals, as far as we are just a couple of shows away. We have the 3 named tours, like 10, 11, 12, and 13. Well, actually, 4, rather. As then we'll have... with the final lap as well. So we have, 6 shows in general left, but on to night 10 we go. Alrighty, night 10. As, yeah, we'll definitely will not be running a major broadcasting... Actually, we're just going to run ESPN2. ESPN2 and TVSI, why not? Should be fine. Should be fine. So the main event... Probably this, Can-Am Super Junior Crew against Tactical Tactician Squad. Should actually be a pretty decent little matchup here. As TTS will get the win, though, over the Can-Am Super Junior Crew. So Tani's going to beat Lance Storm. Huge win. Huge win. Actually, can we have him beat Pillman? Be funny if Brian's going to complain. Oh, he is not. Change of heart, I see. For the co-main, that's a good question, honestly. Probably the Fantastics versus the Lords of the Deep. It's a Tactical Masterclass matchup, fuck. But Lord Akira Kotakumi will be getting the win for Lords of the Deep there. Dick Togo, Tommy Rogers. Tommy's going to beat him in 16 minutes, no less. Gilman and Prince Mako. As Prince Mako will be getting the win in 13 minutes. A tough break for Lynn Sanity, as Negro Casas, Skida, and Dr. Wagner Jr. against Ross Parvano. Yes, Dr. Wagner Jr. will be losing to Vampiro here. 22-minute matchup. We'll give it a little bit more. 24. Sounds good to me. As, so I think, do we not? Oh, no, we have a Steel Show matchup. Never mind. It's like, do we not have one? But no, we did. This could be a good co-main. We got a pretty good show here, honestly. Especially for what we're used to seeing. We have a couple of injuries, but as who was yeah. Okay, so yeah, referee change. Yep, we knew it was going to be the person in the main. Ishinaga will be coming in. As yeah, again, we're not going to be running Korakuen or as far as Nippon, Budokan, or anything like that. We want to save that for the final show at this rate. Let's see here, 15,000. I mean, we could run the Nagoya Congress Center again, or the Civic Journal Gymnasium, rather. Yeah, let's just run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza, why not? I ran there since night 5. It's been a while. Might as well. Alright, let's run it. The 82 for the opener. Not bad at all, especially with Bob Fulton's injury. He still performed pretty well. It's pretty close, actually, but the right team gets the win. As Naniwa eliminated first, I don't like that at all. Jackie should have been eliminated first, then Naniwa, then Bobby Fulton, but that's besides the point. It shows off to a strong start because of that, though. As far as, oh my god, yeah, 2 guys that are not really over at all. Should have gave Killman, rather, the win, as Prince Mako gets the win nonetheless in 13-23. Yeah, wrong guy wins there. Tommy Rogers with a Tommy knocker over Dick Togo in 16-25. 79 for Team Mexico versus Los Pavano, as Los Pavano getting the win. Skyda eliminated first? Nah, probably not. Negro Casas probably should get out of there first. Yeah, then Psicosis. Again, Psicosis. Almost the best guy on his team. He's the 3rd best guy in the match, and he's the 2nd guy eliminated. Very, very odd. Yeah, because I would have had Damien eliminated. Then, probably Psychosis, then Skyda, then Dr. Wagner Jr. But, I mean, should have been a little bit better of a matchup than just a 79, but we'll take it. It's an 80 for the main event. Thank God we did not book this at a bigger venue or anything. It's a great performance from TTS, but just Lance and Van Dam are not really ready yet for the main event spot. But Brian Pillman at least does really well. He was off his game, and he still performed pretty well. A clean sweep, too. Don't think that was going to be happening, though. I'd at least have Van Dam beat, like, Tanaka or Funaki or somebody. It's an 80 for that, and yeah, 78 for the overall rating. Thank God. Thank God we opted out to go somewhere else. But yeah, Lords of the Deep and the Fantastics, that was the best thing on the card. Give Bobby Fulton a hug. As Lord Akira Korakumi putting in the work. You love to see it. And, I mean, Sho Funaki also with an 80. He did really well for this side. So, yeah, as far as on to Night 11. And we'll take a look at the standings once we load up into Night 11 to see how everybody's lined up after 10 nights of action. It's getting down to the wire, for sure. There's a couple of surprising surges happening right now. Now that we're coming into the trio side of things, so this is really when things are going to go haywire. You're going to see points going left and right. And so on to Night 11 we go. Alrighty, Night 11 is here. And as far as what's the main event for this show going to be? You know, we're going to side on the side of caution. As we're just going to run TVSI and ESP. Well, we'll probably get a 75 at least, so we'll run Telemundo. Plus, we got a new deal with them, so that works for me. Plus, we got to get rid of that TVSI deal anyways. So this is probably going to be the main for Sasuke and Liger against the Golden Cosmic Kings, which they will be beating the Great Sasuke and Jushin Thunder Liger. So, as far as the standings also, we didn't run through this. As far as with that win, of course, we'll just go ahead and bump this up. So they now have 8 points to the Golden Cosmic Kings. And NWO with 7, Radical Revolution with 5, BWO with 1. Of course, Radical Revolution, they do have a match. They actually have a trios match coming up. So they might be able to tie the Cosmic Dragon Kings if, in fact, they are able to pull it off. As time will tell, though, as far as we'll find out here in a little bit. As I want to just kind of change the way, because this is all fucked up. Yeah, Shimazaki's way over here. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So yeah, as far as Group A right now, Cosmic Dragon Kings is the winner for now, at least. So a little, asterisk there. The Holy Demon Army, though, have 8 points, and they are in firm control here of Group B. Shudo's behind them with 6. Darkside Defiance with 5, and the Super Generation Army with 4. Pretty interesting. Of course, Kanemoto takes on Fuchi, I believe. Oh, no, he takes on Nuki Sano. Somebody's taking on Coach Kanemoto, I know that much. I remember seeing his name on the pre-booking page. As for Group C, TTS is in the lead with 9 points. They've been across the board. They've won singles, they've won tags, and they've run the one trio match so far. The Can-Am Super Junior crew, though, of course, they just lost in a trios matchup, so they have 7 points, but they're still in it. And Los Pavano even with 5 points. Even though Honoru kind of blowing it there against everybody else in the singles department, it wasn't a great start for him, but it still isn't over for him, I would say. I still think they got a chance to surprise some people. Then for Group D, the Lords of the Deep is running away with it, as far as from Group D, with their 8 points, as far as Lensanity with 4, Fantastics with 5, and the World Class A-Holes, of course, still with only 3 points from their trio win. So right now, funny enough, now that everybody is, there's a 3-way tie with 8 points, and then with 9 for TTS, a lot can still happen. This would be a very interesting final result. I'm glad it's not, because, boy, this would be a head-scratcher to determine who's going to be the 4th team. But at least TTS would automatically get the spot. But yeah, Super Astro beating the Great Sasuke there. That's a huge victory. So the Rocket Revolution versus the Taka, Terry Boy, Yoshihiro Tajiri team, as Eddie Guerrero will be getting the win over Yoshihiro Tajiri and company. We're going to give them a little bit more time than just 20 minutes, but 22 minutes is fine. That is Fuchi. As Shimazaki against Ogawa and Kanamura, as Jinsei Shinzaki getting the win over Ogawa. It's a big win, big 2 points. Katamoto and Fuchi. Also Fuchi beating Koji Kentamoto. They need any more wins. As, the last time they faced off against each other, funny enough, was never. They have never faced off against each other in a singles matchup. And that was the match I was very, very shocked to see that. I was like, wow, because they had been together in the same... we bought New Japan at 94. And then, we brought in, obviously, Tiger Mask 3. As, that's just kind of crazy to think about from that perspective. That we had them together from 94 to basically the end of... even the beginning of 2000. So, from 94 to 2000, never once booked them one-on-one. Very, very odd. But yeah, Fuchi's going to get the win. Sees the road agents. We'll go ahead and change that. So that will mean, of course, Steel the Show matchup will be Nuki Sano and Taru, which Taru losing again. Nuki Sano with another point for him. Tough break, I would say, from the Super Generation Army side. They really could have used a win. You know what? Yeah, let's give them a win. They could use it. Makes it a little bit more interesting. Why not? Why not? So Tetanabe, though, we gotta change him. So he's not the ref here. He must be the ref in this one. Yep. There we go. So night 11. Yeah, still no big time venue, I think. We'll run the 10,000 seater, though, in Nagoya. Alrighty, let's run it. 78. Oh, they don't click. How about that? all that time they're missing each other and avoiding each other. It turns out they just had bad chemistry, so we lucked out there. Kanemoto gets the win, though. Even with his injury, it's only a couple points difference. I'm cool with that upset. Gets him on the Koji clutch. Nuki Sano beating Taru with a swoop brain buster, as Koji Kanemoto had the most points out of the singles block for Group B, so there's that. It's a big win, though, for Nuki Sano. Taru, 70 for Shimazaki against Ogawa and Kanamura. Shima eliminated first, then Kanamura, then Ogawa. Probably would have flipped that. Kanamura eliminated first, then Shima, then Ogawa, but that's alright. Very, very close, though. Only a point or so difference. Yeah, a couple points difference there. It's an 80 from this trios matchup. Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero just running past Taka, Terry Boy, and Tajiri, but Chavo was the worst guy in the match. Really no surprise. Taka did pretty well. I like that Chavo gets eliminated first. I really like that. That's exactly how I would have wanted it, actually. Yeah, then Tajiri, then Terry Boy. Yeah, I like that. They get the start on them, and everyone's like, oh shit, is BWO finally going to get a trios victory? No, they don't. But it's a big win, though. 3 big points there for the Rocket Revolution. And then the main event, Liger and Sasuke losing to the Golden Cosmic Kings. Hell of a match and a hell of an upset. Super Astro and the Golden King himself they were the best team in Group A. And that's a pretty stacked lineup. You got Liger and Sasuke, Dean and Eddie. Yeah, you just had a stacked lineup in there. And they pulled it off. That's a huge victory. For sure. As an 89, we could have ran it. We would have been fine. Didn't have any faith for that main event for some reason. That was actually a pretty good show. Pretty good. Yeah, we'll give some love to Coach Kinamoto. Performing with an injury like that, that's takes a lot of guts. Give love to Eddie here. And, it's Asuka again for losing out there. And 9/11 in the books. So yeah, we just have days, nights rather, 12, 13, and then the finals, the final lap, then the finals, as, I kind of think that we should just call it maybe, instead of having the final lap, then the finals. That's kind of confusing. Maybe just call it the Grand Prix. So that's probably what we're going to do instead, just to make it a little bit more, make it flow a little bit better. So yeah, on to the next show we go to. Alrighty, night 12. As, this one definitely another show that will not be happening on the Pone TV. Probably won't even be on Telemundo. Yeah, but it's run ESPN2 and TV Asahi. Alrighty, so backstage in El Samurai. I was brought for a wrestler's court, accused of spending way too much time in front of the mirror admiring himself. That's a first. As the judge almost Saruta found him guilty and sentenced him by drinks right for the show. That's pretty funny. It's like, oh yeah, you're looking in the mirror for too long? Yeah, buying drinks, everybody. So Dr. Wagner Jr., Necro Casas, and Skida taking on TTS. It's a fun match. I don't know if it probably should be the main. To give it a little bit more time at least. But Otani getting the win, so TTS with a major 3 points. Then Los Bravano against the Can-Am Super Junior crew. This will be the main, though. I love this match. Vampiro beating Brian Pillman. So, oh my fucking gosh. Alright, never mind. Pillman's not taking a loss. Rob Van Dam it is. Whew. Thank God. Actually, we should probably have that beat Lance. Oh no, we'll have Van Dam. Wait, it'll last until the end. Actually, still have Vampiro now. Give it this to Psychosis. Nice. A lot of time, though. A lot of time for that one. World Class Tag Team versus Linsanity. As Jerry Lynn is getting the win there. Actually, no. We're going to give it to Jado and Keto. It's funny, Linsanity, I don't think they won a single match during this Grand Prix. But they're just, they're not ready. They are not ready. Not even in the slightest. So now I know both these matches are kind of butt, to be honest. So this is the Steal the Show match. I don't know how I feel about this. Tom Rogers beating Prince Mako, as that's a 1 point over the Fantastics, and then Kilman versus Dick Togo. Yeah, we need a technical masterclass matchup, as Dick Togo getting the win over Kilman. So there's 3 points for the World Class A-Holes. Something's got to be a technical masterclass here. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, this should probably be the Steal the Show match. Yeah, we'll have Steal the Show. And then I guess Tommy Rogers and Prince Mako is going to have to stretch this one out to be a technical masterclass. We'll see. See how they do. Alrighty. So for this venue, again, we've really ran just about everywhere now at this rate. We could run the Star Lanes just to say we ran it. Yeah, might as well. It's crazy, our popularity's at 82. I guess that's what happens when you run a regular show for 12 straight episodes. It's 12 straight shows. Because we were... I'm trying to think when's the last time I really checked out our size. But we were... Yeah, we ended out the year. Think about that. We've ended out the year at a 73. We're now at an 82, just at the end of January. It's crazy. I don't think we'll make it to large. Well, as I say that, I was about to say, I don't think we're going to make it to large anytime soon. We are very, very close. We're just like 9 points away in a lot of these regions. We'll probably won't make it to Puerto Rico and Hawaii, but everywhere else, though, we should be pretty close to that. And Canada's doing pretty well, too. They won't get to 71, but again, wish we can get Mexico. Just can't. But yeah, we're at least, the next 12 days, our warming up phase will be over after that. But, yeah, so at least this tour, the Super Heartstopper tour, and maybe even, well, probably not the fucking St. Patrick's Day one, which I'm forgetting the name of what we called that. Let's actually just take a look. So probably should, yeah, the Super Shamrock Showdown. Oh, yeah, we don't even look at that because I didn't update it, but yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that. Probably after night 13, to be honest, just to see how everybody's looking going into the final lap. As, yeah, let's run the show. 61 for Tommy Rogers and Prince Mako. It's the Tommy Knocker. For Tommy Rogers getting the win and 1 point for the Fantastics. 42 for Kilman and Dick Togo. Kilman outperformed him. Probably could have gave it to him, but yeah, Dick Togo getting the win. So that's 1 point for the world-class a-holes. And it just keeps on getting worse as a 37. Brutal. John Onghetto at least performed well. Jerry Lynn's kind of getting better, even with the negative chemistry. He's probably, I would say he's probably around the mid-50s there regularly, but so that's not a bad start for him. Like, he's over as hell elsewhere. It's just in Japan he's not really that over. Negro Casas with a 47 is pretty brutal. He's really off his game. He performed pretty badly. So did Dr. Wagner Jr., to be honest. But TTS, though, kind of blew him out of the water. Minoru Tanaka at least was a mercy killing, it looks like, as they could have clean sweeped him. But a huge win for TTS, so that's 3 points for him. They're pretty much doing whatever they want in Group C. Speaking of Group C, though, another decent main event, not a great main event. Pillman released with a 71, but everybody else in Os Pravano just paving right on through them. And it was a clean sweep. I'm cool with that. If Pillman was going to beat somebody, it could have been like Damien, at least made it 2-1 at the end, but I'm cool with it. I'm very, very happy, though, that we did not pick Telemundo, as that would have been another show that would have fucking went haywire. But yeah, I mean, that's a huge win for TTS. Those 3 points really are going to put them out of reach. I think Los Pravano doesn't have enough because of their singles matches. Just TTS across the board. Singles, tags, trios, did it all. And that's how you're going to win this Grand Prix. You can't slouch. You know, Los Pravano tried to do a strategy where they threw Honoru out there in the singles matchup. So that way, you know, they were going to be fresh for the trios matches, which it's been alright. But they, maybe if they had a better tag run, maybe they would have done a lot better, but just was not the case. I'm going to put over Tommy Rogers, actually, for his performance. I'm going to put over Kilman, just because it's like, hey, at least you did alright, and this gimmick's kind of working for you. And, yeah, we'll go Dr. Wagner Jr. I was hoping Doc would do a little bit better than what he has been so far, but that's alright. You gotta start somewhere. I think he's still got room to improve, but yeah, now on to Night 13. It is every block for themselves here on the final night, as far as quote-unquote, and going into the final lap of this Grand Prix, and this has been pretty fun to see, as far as it's hard to believe, way back when, in the first ever show, the first ever match of 2000, we crowned a new Junior Heavyweight Champion, and other than that, we have seen so many changes throughout this this tournament. As far as I'm shocked nobody got hurt. If somebody would have got hurt, this probably would have been a fucking disaster. Luckily, that was not the case. But we still got 2 more shows left, so anything can happen. As on to Night 13, we go. Alrighty, Night 13, as we will, I'm actually not sure what exactly. Well, that's probably the main. This right here, this Rider Revolution Cosmic Dragon Kings Trios matchup. I think all of these are Trios matches, actually. So this is going to be a hell of a long show. As, yeah, so we'll be running Nippon TV. And we'll be running So, as far as, the main Radical Revolution, Cosmic Dragon Kings, this is a huge matchup. So, Dean Malenko will be beating Ultimo Dragon. He's going to beat the junior champion. And also, boy, oh boy, is this a big-time matchup, because with those 3 points here, they jump up to 6 on the trio side. If I could fucking see, there we go. So they will be having 11 points at this point in time going into the final lap. I don't know what's left for them, to be honest. But yeah, that is a huge, huge win for Dean Malenko and company. I guess that's not going to be the main, though, since we need a technical masterclass matchup. I wonder what's going to be the steal the show match is the real question here. I figured it was going to be this. This is a tough break for the TT, or not the TTS, the BWO team. We're actually going to make it 15 minutes. I just kind of want to see what happens. 2 Gold Scorpion's going to get the win. Pretty much a clean sheet, or clean sweep here. As, yeah, that's easy 3 points. So the NWO jumping up now to 10. So it's getting pretty close as far as from that perspective on that side of things. They still have 1 point for the BWO. The Fantastics and the Lords of the Deep, as the Lords of the Deep beating the Fantastics. Boy, does that really make them run away with this one. That is a huge victory, as they will now sit at 11 as well. Yeah, they are looking like they might in fact make it to the finals, as with that win over the Fantastics, so that is a huge 3 points for them. That is huge. Yeah, I mean, I could see why I didn't do technical matchup, because, like, Pacificus isn't really great at that, aka Yakuzaji. But, you know, Tommy Rogers is alright in that, Fulton's alright in that. Actually, he's more than alright, he's actually really good. Same thing with Jackie. Yeah, we'll have this be the technical masterclass matchup. I think that fits a little bit more. Yeah. Yep. Pop Fulton's fierce about it. So now with that, we can make this a regular match. And we can have them have a great match in all their glorious glory. 33 minutes as well. Nope. It had matched to the pre-booking. Alright, so Holy Demon Army and Shudo. Another trios matchup here. As Shudo will be beating the Holy Demon Army teams. Kazuya Yamasaki will be beating Maso Fuchi. Giving this a lot of time as well. 36 goddamn minutes. That's a long time. The World Class A-Holes versus Linsanity. As, well, I didn't pick a winner yet. If I had to guess, you know what? We'll let the game decide. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let the game figure it out. So this is now here. We're swapping this and this. Actually, yeah, we'll have that still be right before the main. A lot of time, though. A lot of time given to a lot of these matches. As this will be a 2-hour and 30-minute show. I am stunned. How about to say, there's going to be so much going on with this. Yeah, Super Tiger being used too much. So yeah, we'll let that be Fuchi. Let's see if that helped it. We gotta scroll down because there's so much going on. Yeah, still overbooked. Yeah, he's got this match as well. We'll let Jumbo have that one. Oh my god, does he just have like every fucking match? There we go. Nailed it. Yeah, I mean, again, this is a very tempting one to be at Nepal Budokan, but we just, feel like that's a bad idea for what we're going for. Yeah, I think we're going to run the, Hokuto Professional Sports Center again. So this is really shaking things up going into the final lap. I mean, that's a huge win, though, for the Radical Revolution. They are potentially in a great, great spot to finish with a lot of points. And yeah, this is looking good. This is looking very, very good. It's a 75 for the opener. The Fantastics losing to the Lords of the Deep. Yeah, I mean, Lord Akira Kurokumi being the first guy eliminated from his team is pretty nuts. looking at that. So Super Delphin and Pacificus were the last guys left. That's kind of funny. Yeah, Pacificus was terrible in that match. Just no surprise. He's pretty much the definition of a smart monkey. As Yoshinobu Kanemaru eliminated first, then Tiger Mask 4, then Kazuya Yamasaki, then Ogawa, then Naoki Sano. So it comes down to the final man. As, yeah, that is a shocking turn of events for the Holy Demon Army. I thought that we were giving that Shudo the win. I don't know what happened there. I must have been blind as a bat. So yeah, they get 3 points instead. Yuki Sano with an 86. Fuchi with a 79. 67 from Ogawa and Kazuya Yamasaki. Yeah, they were the much better team. Shudo was. That's a bit unfortunate. Oh my, yeah, this was brutal. This should have been way low on the card. I didn't even think about that. Lin at least with a 50, but Jado and Geto and Dicto are the much better team, and they get the win too. Clean sweep as well. Fucking Lin's Sanity. It is not your night to play your best hits. Brutal. And Jerry Lynn almost got hurt as well. A 78 for the co-main, as Liger, Sasuke, and Tuko Scorpio beating Taka Michinoku, Terry Boy, and Yoshihiro Tajiri in 15 minutes. Tough break there. Tuko Scorpio at least almost got outperformed by Taka. But, yeah, just brutal. Got the crowd buzzing, though, for our main event. Wow. Didn't deliver either. Swing and a miss is what that was. Swing and a fucking miss. Chavo and Dragon Kid bringing that match down. That is brutal. As Chavo Jr., then Ultimo Dragon. The fact that Dragon Kid was the last guy to be eliminated from that side is pretty ridiculous. But hilarious, though, in that same breath. That's probably why the match was so bad. That's brutal. Brutal. Yes. Ah, yes, we lost actually popularity from that. Thanks to the overbooked of everybody. What a shit show and a half. My God. I mean, we gotta give love to Eddie. And, really, Eddie, Dean, and Dragon, probably. Yeah. Just a shit show and a half. Would be surprised if we're still on the Pwn TV after that one. That was real bad. That was, that is what, that goes to show you that, you don't want to overstay your welcome with those six-mans. Because there's a lot of people that were not happy about seeing a lot of those undercard guys for such a long time. And now we have the final lap, though, to see if, in fact, we're going to make it to a big stage with the first ever Grand Prix finale coming up, and to see how the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix matchup is going to play out, potentially. But we got to get there first, and it's the final lap. We'll see how it all finishes up. Alrighty, the final lap. It's the last lap here of the Grand Prix. We'll find out what it will be as far as for our final show. God, do I run upon TV and risk it again? Probably not. I think we've learned our lesson. We will just run TV Asahi in ESPN2. Actually, we'll just run ESPN, or not, we'll just run TV Asahi in Cablevision. Why not? Alright. So, as far as the Radical Revolution, New World Order, that's definitely the main. Actually, never mind, I forgot. It's Chavo in there. So, Tactical Masterclass matchup. And Liger gets the win over Chavo Jr. So, that will mean 3 points, which I believe will make it 9, of course, for Scorpio, Liger, and Sasuke. A clean sweep of the trios matches. So, without even winning a singles match, they will be sitting very comfortably with 13 points. My God. And, with the Radical Revolution falling to them, I mean, maybe the Cosmic Dragon Kings could have gotten something better had Ultimo Dragon had a clean sweep or something like that, but just them coming up short is just brutal. Now, they're taking on the Taka, Terry Boy, Yoshihiro Tajiri team, which they, of course, will be getting the win. So there will be 3 points for them as well. So we'll add that to the booking sheet. So just to kind of, again, showcase the tournament stuff. So, Group A, with the Cosmic Dragon Kings, they, of course, lost to both Scorpio, Liger, and Sasuke, and Eddie, Chavo, and Malenko. If they had beaten them, we would have got a really good shot of them making it to the finals. But instead, they are going to fall just short. They're going to tie with the Radical Revolution. At least they weren't the BWO with one goddamn point in the whole Grand Prix. Not great. So, that will of course mean the NWO, they are solidly in the lead for the most points right now. As for the rest of the card, so Dark Side Defiance versus Super Generation Army. Hayabusa getting the win for his Dark Side Defiance over the Super Generation Army. Hayabusa is going to beat Koji Kanemoto. I can't believe Koji Kanemoto is so upset by that. So again, 3 points for the Dark Side Defiance. They'll jump up to 10. Not enough, though. It is not enough. Holy Demon Army, no matter what happens, they will, in fact, be able to go on to the finals, potentially. It really does depend on how Groups C and D finish out. Right now, C's already ahead of them. So with A and C already ahead, even TTS, they don't even have to really wrestle tonight, and you've already punched your ticket in, potentially, of course. A lot could still happen with Group D, but pretty much I would say it's a foregone conclusion that A and C are making it to the final matchup. Which, speaking of TTS, we'll have them and Los Pavano. That's a fun main, actually. 38 minutes as well, and Vampiros, Los Pavano will get a win in 38 minutes as well. Tough break, to be honest, for Los Pavano. That strategy of throwing the singles matches, it worked well for the NWO, even though they technically didn't even throw it. I mean, just 2 Cold Scorpio. It was just a tough block. But they're going to finish with 11 points as well. And for TTS, Los Pavano, 12 and 11 there. A very, very tough break. Now, what's interesting about Group B, we didn't even talk about this. There's actually one match left for Kanemoto, Kikuchi, and Marufuji, as they still should wrestle Shudo. The problem is, it doesn't matter. 5 and 6 points each. So even if one of them win, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to run that on the final show. But, technically, that would be the end of the SuperMAX Grand Prix. So at least it still will end at that final show. It's just kind of funny how that worked out. Just like that. Because, again, we had the one, the opening match was not even a Grand Prix match. So the whole time we had 5 matches across 13 shows. And we just so happened to end out with a match that's not even needed. So that worked out really, really well, actually, as far as from that perspective. But I just want to talk about that. In the final match, we'll be adding Lords of the Deep versus Linsanity, and the Lords of the Deep will be winning. So they will jump up to 14, and they will now have the most amount of points. So, it will come down to GTS, NWO, Lords of the Deep, in the 3v3 ladder matchup. And so, how about that, though? I mean, that shows you not only how important the tag is, but also the trios is, but even just the Prince Mako 2 wins was enough for them to really elevate them over the top. And, yeah, I mean, that was a fun little round robin. It was different. It was not so repetitive because it wasn't just one thing. It was singles, trios, and tags. And I think it was honestly, if a company would do that, they kind of do that with, back in the, mid-2000s of TNA with, the fucking Super X Cup. Which even then, they obviously didn't give it a whole lot of effort. Like, this would be where it's the whole focus. Like, if Dragon Gate did this, they could get it off, as far as that, just with their talent, their kind of juniors, what they do. But it just kind of shows you can create your own little thing, and you can make it work. You don't have to do the same kind of repetitive, one blocks, as far as singles matches and on 2 sides as blocks A and B. You can make up your own little rules. And, well, maybe not make up your own rule, but, as far as you can create something that is somewhat unique. I would say it was pretty unique to do this. As far as, I don't think anybody else would have done something like this. Maybe they have. But, and you can also make an 8-man. Add the 8-man to this as well. To really create things that are pretty fucking nuts. But that's a nice win, though, for the Lords of the Deep. That victory right there is just massive. It's a massive win for them. And As far as with having Pacificus and Super Delphin in that match, specifically this crazy fucker. I mean, Masato Yokosuji, if you threw him in the ladder match, he would have probably done something crazy. Like, he was very, very athletic, and a guy that really didn't have any fear. He would have done some nuts. He would have done some crazy shit. That's for sure. So, yeah, we're going to give them a little bit more time as well. Let's see here. 2 hours and 13 minutes. So, yeah, and, of course, we'll be having to change Tetanabe. Sorry, he's reffing too much. I'm assuming he's got the main. Yep. Made sense. Alrighty. So, yeah, a lot of guys are going to get overbooked. That's just the nature of the beast. But, yeah, this way, we made it to the end. The last lap, the white flag has been raised, if you will, here, and we go to see what we got as far as the opener. Radical Revolution versus the New World Order. It's at 85, and Chavo's eliminated first. Love that. Then Tuco Scorpio, then Eddie, then Dean. So, yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that, to be honest. Tuco Scorpio being eliminated second's great as well. Yeah, just, that's a great little trios matchup. Not a perfect opener. I forgot to pick a venue, so we're just at the Yokohama Arena. 81 for the Cosmic Dragon Kings over Yoshihiro Tajiri, Terry Boy, and Taka Michinoku, as it was a clean sweep. I would at least gave them Dragon Kid for them to lose to, but Dragon Kid with a 68, that's crazy. That's a performance right there. That is very, very awesome for Dragon Kid. Like, that's kind of his match, though, too. To be able to kind of go all out like that. 71 for the Lords of the Deep versus Len Sanity. As, Len Sanity, almost a clean sweep. Pacificus takes the fall. But yeah, Super Delphin and Lord of Kyoto Kurokumi doing really well in that matchup, especially Kyoto Kurokumi. And then an 82 for Darkside Defiance. Making it, it does not, in fact, make it to the end. The finals, that would have been awesome to see, but just not enough there. And for Darkside Defiance specifically, you got to think, like, kind of what they could have done differently, potentially. And as far as maybe not have Taru have the singles match, maybe give it to somebody else, maybe have Hayabusa and Shinzaki instead of going with Shimazaki, but it works out still. It was, they probably wouldn't make it. They probably wouldn't have made it far enough to make a really big difference, but they were at least the better team here compared to the Super Generation Army, that's for sure. Smarfuji, the weak link there, but an 82 nonetheless, and an 87 for our main event. As Psychosis, first guy eliminated. That's shocking. Again, I don't know why Psychosis keeps on getting these eliminations to happen to go his way. But TTS, you could have threw it, to be honest. Like, TTS didn't even need to go out there and put on a great match, but they still do, and they have a great main event, even though they come up short in the win. And, that was 14 shows, technically, as far as from a tour perspective. It's a lot for this roster, for how small it was, and the fact that we ran a lot of shows, too, and only a couple of injuries, only a couple of minor scuffs. Nothing too crazy, for the most part. Trying to think who to put over. But yeah, I know for sure we're going to have a co-main event junior heavyweight title matchup. And we'll probably be going to Fire Pro for that one, as Ultimo Dragon will be looking to make his first defense, as he's taking on Wild Pegasus for the junior heavyweight title. So that's going to be exciting to see from the Radical Revolution perspective. And yeah, as far as the actual card itself, those are the only 2 matches I've got laid out so far. The main event, the ladder match, and then this junior heavyweight title matchup. So that's going to be a big, big showing for Wild Pegasus. And plus, he had that, as far as he twisted his ankle up, and he was out for a week, but now he's ready to go. He had a great break. He's ready for this match against Ultimo Dragon. I think this is a great opportunity for him. And we might have 2 new champions in the same episode here, so that's going to be pretty fun. But yeah, Hayabusa will put over, since haven't really had a chance to put him over a whole lot. Yeah, same thing for Vampiro. Just kind of getting the guys that haven't really been put over as much as of late. And we'll go... trying to think. You can always go with a Eddie Guerrero praise, to be honest. Actually, Dragon Kid. Dragon Kid had a great showing in that 6-man matchup. He did really, really good. Hell yeah. So yeah, at least that show, it didn't have an overabundance of like everyone being pissed that they were overshown. At least that still went over pretty well. And yeah, now on to the final show. Alrighty, so the card is set for the finals of the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix, as we have it all lined up, ready to go. Basically, what is happening on this kind of undercard is there's technically 3 matches left of the actual SuperMAX64 Grand Prix, but again, all these matches, it does not matter as far as from a win-loss perspective, even though Jado and Geto have 6 right now. Even if they win, they would only finish with 10. So, as far as just from that perspective, that's why we're going to have 3 Grand Prix matches on here. We're also going to have Vampiro versus Jerry Lynn in a singles matchup. As far as Jerry Lynn is, of course, you know, now the front man for his death metal band in Linsanity. And he's taking on, obviously, a rocker himself, a punk rocker, and Vampiro, so just kind of rocker versus rocker. And, of course, then we have the Junior Heavyweight title matchup in the co-main event, and then, of course, the Grand Prix finals, the 3v3v3 ladder matchup with the option of eliminating somebody via pinfall or submission. But before we actually run the show, though, we gotta see who, in fact, will be winning that title matchup. As hopefully it loads up. It does, no problem. Hell yeah. So we have Wild Pegasus versus Ultimo Dragon for the Junior Heavyweight title. Of course, we just saw Ultimo Dragon win the belt not even 2 hours ago. As far as I'm probably a little less than that. He might be the first man to win and lose the Junior Heavyweight title in the same episode here of SuperMAX64. Then comes Wild Pegasus, man who's already beaten Ultimo Dragon, but now in the Fire Pro world, anything can happen. That is for sure. I just realized I forgot to pick the venue that's got the ramp. I did that last time too, I just now realized that. Yeah, I gotta run the Tokyo Dome, not the Grand Dome. Idiots. Then Ultimo Dragon. Of course, the new champion. Hopefully he has a great showing here again. I mean, he made light work out of the great Sasuke, but we'll see. I was about to say, I think these two, they almost faced off against each other in a tag matchup, but they just barely missed out on it. Here in the Fire Pro universe. A nice little arm drag. Body slam from Wild Pegasus. Off the ropes we go. Missed it. Not sure exactly what he was going for. Pegasus with a go behind. Off the ropes again. Just, man, the size, you know, he is just a tank in there. He's got the size to run over a lot of these juniors. And you're seeing it now. For suplex, but Ultimo Dragon counters with one of his own. Got a lot of Irish whips already in this matchup. Oh, that's a nice little... I thought it was going to be a punch for a second, but it looked like a chop. But a Dragon Screw leg whip as well from Ultimo Dragon. They were going in the corner. Let's see what they get. A little shoulder thrust. I like that, yeah. Just working on the back. Oh, damn. It countered the soul butt attempt with just a kick. Knock down Ultimo Dragon. Another body slam. Oh, we get a sleeper here. Yeah, that's that happening. Snap suplex there. A beautiful snap suplex, of course. Oh, shit. They're trading strikes. Rights and lefts. Oh, there we go. Ultimo Dragon gets the best of it. And a drop kick as well, but Vulpix is already back up. Arm drag again. Of course, stylistically, these two match it very well. You know, two completely different styles. A little bit more strong style, of course, for Wild Pegasus. For Ultimo Dragon, a little bit more lucha base as he counters the Northern Light Suplex with the DDT. Oh, into the buckle. Oh, that chops. He's lucky he's got that protective chest plate there as far as a part of his gear. That probably helped him out a lot with those chops. Jawbreaker from Dragon, already about 2:30 into the matchup, and it's been pretty back and forth. I feel like it's going to go longer than the Sasuke match. We'll see, though. A little test of strength. Oh, look at the bridge. Look at the strength here, and he gets a pinfall out of it, because both shoulders were down on the mat. Oh, what a counter that was. A little... Oh, I love that backbreaker. That was into the ropes, or not even the ropes, rather, into the buckle. Oh, damn, drops him on the ropes. Man, Benoit is just, he's getting after it. Or rather, Wild Pegasus. He is going all over the place. Nice spin kick. Wild Pegasus is already back up. Snapmare. Hello. Soul butt. Oh, God. Go behind. German suplex with a bridge. Somehow, referee does not see that the arm is underneath for a rope break. Into the buckle. Oh, went for this. As far as the tumble into the back elbow, but not happening. Oh, nice little inside cradle. Off of the test of strength. Oh, Ultimate Dragon. Moonsault. Is that it? No. I was about to say, that might be it. Uranagi from Ultimate Dragon. Holy shit, into the Dragon Sleeper. He's in deep shit here. Oh, no, gets out of it. Oh, chop. Off the ropes. Oh, nice arm drag. Deep arm drag from Ultimate Dragon. Oh, Rana. Beautiful. He's out of the ropes. That actually was a clean out of the ropes. As again to the test of strength. Laying it down. Putting his whole body on him. Only a 2 count though. A wild bomb. Jesus fucking. The whole ring shook on that one. Jesus Murphy. Surprised he's not going to go for the cover. Might go for another one. Oh, Dragon Suplex. How about that? Oh, but he calls that a rope break though. Wasting no time. Another suplex. Maybe another one. Oh, Dragon Suplex again. Another rope break. Ref's calling it every time it's a Dragon Suplex. But fuck, I cannot believe Ultimo Dragon is on his feet. Dragon Bomb. Oh, into the ropes. Oh, God, another one. Jesus, another rope break. Dragon Screw Leg Whip now. I mean, we are towards the end of this one already. There's the Asai DDT. That's probably it. Oh my God. No, it is not. Oh, look at the test of strength there from Ultimo Dragon. Oh, nice counter from Wild Pegasus, though, using his leg strength. Oh, nice little jumping soul butt there. Side DDT near the center of the ring. Not quite the center, but that might be it right there, and it is. Fuck, what a match. Again, you know, the Fire Pro 6-minute classic, but that was definitely, I'd say that's better than the Sasuke match. We'll give him 26 minutes since it was at the, 5:58 mark. We'll round up. Yeah. 94 there. What a great first defense for Ultimo Dragon. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh, I forgot to turn on the sound. I just now realized that. Well, shit. Sorry, everyone. Hopefully it didn't take away too much of the enjoyment as far as, you didn't really get to hear a whole lot. It's not like there's anything happening as far as, like, no one's, like, talking or anything in the match. But still, that would have been nice. But yet, 26 minutes. Let's see, as far... Oh, we already had it at 26 minutes. Again, I'm just nailing the predictions here. But Ultimo Dragon with the successful defense. As the opener. Oh, it's a 62. Geto sprains his ankle in the opener. It's a sold-out Osaka Joe Hall crowd. Bobby Fulton with a 76. 51s and 53s from Jado and Geto. Just Dick Togo. Just sucking. I mean, a 40 is embarrassing in the opener. But everybody else did pretty well, though. 76 for Fulton. And yeah, just a fantastic split. They got the win there as well. Almost a clean sweep. Jackie Fulton took a loss, but we'll take it. Yeah, sprained ankle, though, is tough for Geto. Nail in the coffin from Vampiro on to Jerry Lynn in 14-11. So he gets the win. That was a 79, and it got the crowd buzzing, too. So 78 for the Can-Am Junior, the Can-Am Super Junior crew, rather, taking on Team Mexico as Rob Van Dam eliminated first, then Lance Storm, and then Brian Pillman Jr. goes on a run and eliminates everybody. Probably would have had Van Dam eliminated, then Negro Casas, then Storm, then Skida, then Wagner Jr. Good little matchup, though. Good little matchup. 3 points, though. Not like it mattered, but a 3-point for the Can-Am Super Junior crew. There's an 80 for the last of kind of the undercard Grand Prix matches. As Marufuji eliminated first, then Tiger Mask 4, Kazuya Yamasaki, then Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, and Koji Kanemoto. So, what a huge win for Nuki Sano, first of all. And that was a really, really good performance. Naomichi Marufuji is just... It saddens me how bad he's doing here. He's been just unbearable, damn near. On 94, for the title matchup, again, he gets a win with the Dragon Bomb, even the one with the SIDT. A 94, we'll gladly take that. As for the finals here, it's an 81. So, some crazy shit's happening, though, in this matchup. The herniated spinal disc from Pacificus, kind of saw that one coming because we had him do a crazy bump. His bump, it's a springboard Hurricane Rana from somebody that's damn near at the top of the ladder, and it's to the floor. It's like, basically, the guy is on the ladder, turns around, here comes, a flying Pacificus, but he could have went for like a flying forearm or a drop kick even, but nah, he hits a Hurricane Rana, and the guy, which I'm gonna say, just for the sake of having to pick somebody, we'll have it be Sasuke, because he's crazy enough to take this bump. It's out of the ring on the apron. So, both guys are taking an apron bump, and both guys, mainly with Pacificus, he's taking a crazy bump. We probably should have had Sasuke take a crazy bump too because of this. I didn't even think about that. I just had it, as far as I knew, Pacificus was doing something crazy. And yeah, he lands basically spinal first on the apron, and he has now herniated his spinal disc with that one. And there's also a crash bump, or stunt bump, rather, as Two-Cold Scorpio, they're trying to get to the ladder that's at the top of the stage. He can climb up the steel metal of the stage, climbs up it and does his tumbleweed to everybody down below. Just a crazy indie bump that it's safe enough, but it's still crazy enough to I think was a stunt bump. Is pretty realistic for that. But the big thing is as Shinichi Funaki and Liger are up on the ladder trying to retrieve that big time check that is in, not even the big time check, but not only, I guess you could say that the big check is hanging. That's what we have as the item. I was thinking it was going to be a bag of money, but no, we'll probably have a big ass check up there. It'd be kind of funny, just from a visual perspective. And out comes El Samurai in this new look, the black mask with some red and some white in there. And he attacks Shinichi Funaki to a stunned crowd in the Osaka-jo Hall arena. Yeah, the crazy bump at the stun bump for Two-Cold Scorpio. Probably would have had a crazy bump for Sasuke too. And with that interference, as the samurai bomb onto Shinichi Funaki, who does not see it coming, Liger gets the win, and they celebrate as literally Scorpio and Liger's got to help Sasuke, back to the back, and they are there for their press conference as the hernia spinal disc is crazy. And you have a new member of the NWO, and Liger and Scorpio excited. They got the champagne popping in the back as they are now 100 million yen bigger as far as for that bank account. 100 million yen for the NWO. I'm sure the Kaiji Mutos and the Masahiro Chonas are very pleased with that. But not only that, saying this is what 100 million yen gets you, and that's El Samurai seeing the light, as the Liger would put it. He's joined up with the NWO, and he says that, Sasuke can obviously get his chance at a rematch with this, but we already know he's getting his title rematch from being a champion already. Sure, could Scorpio and Sasuke get the junior tag team title matchup? Sure. Hayabusa, Jinsei, Shinzaki, they've held the belts long enough, and they were the ones who obviously beat them for those belts. But he says, why not El Samurai and Liger team up again? We were the champions in 95. We have that killer edge. We know we're going to be the ones to beat Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, so we're making it official. with our title challenge. It will be us and, Liger Samurai taking on Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki at the Super Heartstopper show. Yeah, that's the post-show angle, but you see the check there with, as far as signed NWO, maybe they, as far as, just, celebrating this massive victory as well. It's going to be a long night for the NWO, that is for sure. Nothing like being 100 million in richer. And, yeah, that is the show, though. It sucks that ladder match didn't deliver as much as I thought it would. The stunt bump or that crazy bump from, Pacificus was awesome, though. I'm glad we were able to do that. I love doing shit like that. Having guys have these crazy-ass moments. And, the ladder matches like that. But obviously, Wild Pegasus and Ultimate Dragon was the best thing on the card. So he's still the champion as well. And he's got a bullseye on him, that is for sure. With that one, as far as Ultimate Dragon and Wild Pegasus. And we'll go with Sasuke, to be honest. Hell yeah, we'll give him a hug for that crazy bump. And that will do it. Episode, I believe, number 5. I already have lost count how many episodes we've done so far. What a show, though. What a concept to do a month-long Grand Prix, or, as far as having round robins and singles, tag, and trios competition. We have our first winner. It's the NWO. And, with the new member as well, now Samurai. That's pretty exciting as far as to see what Samurai is going to be able to do. As, also, the New Year Giant Series happened as far as, basically the same thing that you saw in real life, but there is a bit of a change. There is a Hase Kensuke Sasaki Chono Muto match on here. That was a 99, but yeah, 100 from Kenta Kobashi and Brett, 99 from Taue and Kawada. Still a 98 show. That kind of pissed me off when I saw it, but yeah. Since Hayabusa was on that final show, figured we can have him on the undercard. As Flying Kid Ichihara. This guy that was in FNW for a while. He did alright. He got a 60, but yeah, it was Hayabusa's really showcase there. And we have new 6-man champions as well. It's Masawa, Takeo Mori, and Jun Akiyama. They beat the world-class A-holes. Takayama, Manabu Nakanishi, and Gary Albright. But yeah, that's just on the other side of the equation here of this series. But the SuperMAX64 Grand Prix, I'm very, very happy with how it played out. I'm assuming the Pwn TV it's expiring already. But I did see that Skida, their contract expires in 8 months, so we can wait a little bit for that. I believe Pillman's is like 5 months. 4 months, actually, to be exact. So that's going to be awesome when that contract comes up. He's coming right back over. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah, and as far as the Super Heartstopper tour, it is on the horizon. It's just a couple of days away. We already know, as far as the reason why it's Super Heartstopper, well, it's on Valentine's Day. So as far as a little bit of a shitty little gimmick there, well, maybe not shitty. That might be a little too harsh. But just, as far as Valentine's Day, you might as well have like a gimmick show for Super Heartstoppers. We might even have Strange Bedfellows match on like the undercard, where it's kind of a mixed match of like different teams, like, stables teaming up against like rivals and stuff like that, just to make it a little different. Maybe something along those lines. We can, as far as we got a week to think about it at least. But thank you all for watching. Sorry again for the delay, as this month has been pretty hectic right now. I got a lot of things shuffling around. As far as trying to make as much time as I can. But also my body's just physically breaking down a little bit. I've just been in a bit of a rut as of late, but I think we'll be able to get back on the right track sooner rather than later, hopefully. And yeah, as far as the Super Heartstopper tour, at least, is pretty short. It's only 4 days, so we should be fine there. And of course, the Super Shamrock Showdown is only one show, so should be pretty fine to see. As far as it should be relatively simple. And of course, then we'll go into the Best Super Juniors. As I want to say, the Best Super Juniors will be following that. Then I will probably, once the schedule gets a little bit more hectic as well. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.